John Oka pa honsima nso me mamunyina ha mamu akwaba entertainment review jumedie so no asogoi na memenda na mame fasira kese mfama MTN no madama na yatena se awie MTN fasida mfama MTN na memra ni nkomo
Peace FM.
Hello, Pacho, my name is John Oka and Kase.
Pacho ein.
Aha. Ya from Philip, na me frɛ MTN. Se sia na ehunu se obi ama musica. Na ye behia se obebo pin number no. Na boa me yetumi de scan to account no mu.
Eni aveba.
Hwe, odada wo. Ensi da se MTN be bisa wo se fa mo pin emo mu. Ni etie biara, emfa mo pin enchi obiara da. Se wadwene mu ntene wa. Emre bia hwe number e frɛ wo. MTN the number ba ko pɛ na esi wa. Omo de be frɛ wo. Eye 0244 300,000. Hwe ho so yi. We are good together everywhere you go.
Peace FM.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Digital and on your smartphone. The radio is hot.
What on the jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another entertainment review. I'm sitting up on the front and I see entertainment. Entertainment review. Now I'm on my fans, I'm on the fans, I'm on the fans.
Yada MTN asina chese otum se kwan mu bia ne sa ewi afi no wachi we fidie na to anom sia yen kokra efi
Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station.
Okay, so don't go about Ponsima, a do nice studio man was saying Tilia Kuni partner, Sanson, a Beneta Koko, Nene, and so at Nasi, na Yenshen Komono, I say, a warrior now, Chem said, Yawada said, the end, yes, Ancomonasi cry. Nina Fire, Nigeria, Sinicheni, I friend John Oka for. Dodo nani Mr. Ebu, Ninsemo Babeto Ja. Na ne homfa no awada aye hospital no osremwa amanfo betimi aboa no titi Nigeria for a wo betimi aboa na baba ye nkomodie bebre na sinitweni ba konso edina no ato sankomo mu kanayo ensema wode ababa tudua ewie ye baba bo amamo na ya to ankomo no so about celebrities eni say ye kwa ahohiahia mu a kwan a ye fa so na ebia ye sremwa ye ko emwa ba ye ntie etitu ensema kanayo ekan na eno no enye enkomo no enhyase enfama so ye ntie kanayo Nigeria sinitweni o kasafa ni nua John Oka for Mr. Ebuhu.
Hello friends, good morning. As actors, our heart goes out to our very dear colleague John Oka for Mr. Ebu. His family have been doing their best since it was reported last year he was sick. And now they have come out to say, we have done our best, we need public support. It's not in any sense wrong. Would you have felt bad or better? They kept quiet and allowed our colleague to die? Now, I condemn in strict terms Reno Omokiri, who is coming to call Peter Obi's name and so on. It is not a friendly thing, it's wicked. And the other guy, I think Uchemado Ago or so, who talk about top actors, shame on top actors, shame on you too. I say shame on you because you don't have any value and level to call our names. It's an individual thing to do to support a colleague. It becomes a collective as actors here of Nigeria who are doing their best within their limited terms. Don't forget, some people learn to give personally, privately, not their names to be mentioned. We will, as individuals, support our colleague. We will, as a guild, support our colleagues. Even those who have given can also be appreciated on the scale of what they have given to John Oka. We compliment your efforts in giving, but nobody should use it as a platform to castigate and impugn or indict those who have not given. It is wrong, and we don't support it. One, at this level, let me commend people like William Suchemba, who built houses for the distressed Nigerians. He never indicted the federal government for not building housing schemes for those who are distressed, those who are helpless, those who are homeless. We must learn to give. And I ask again, we may have opportunities in our lives to give to those who need help, but we must not use it to indict others who have not given. So this is a warning. If you want to give, give. We will, as individuals, as top actors, as you call us, give at our own levels. It is not very important and beneficial only when we announce it. So don't use our colleague's name, John Oka for Ibu, to trend just because you want a name. There's no mockery. If you want to command the national issues, be fair to yourself. Stop seeking attention. And for those of you who are seeking attention over people's ears, it is not, again, a good thing to do. And I ask again, even those who have given, Onyeko Ozuru, go and ask your Igbo brother what Onyeko Ozuru means. We all have opportunities to call for any help that we may call for when it is no longer possible for us to help on our own. I want to commend those who have given and those who have not given. If you have, please give. We wish our colleague John Oka for a speedy recovery. God bless you, brother.
Okay, all right. So, yard in your chassis here. Kanayo, and some of the two ja. my main and studio in Hanum say na me my minion mo akwabe na atena se na tili and so na yen hye nkomona se wo sasemi ya abai nia ebetimi asua film any lessons for yen so aye wo Hanum say wo Ghana Hanum say dia na ebetimi asua film ya hye nia atoi na for microphone na mintio about I'm sure say what follow kakra hu Mr. Ebu and komo yi a ekosui first of all ensemo akanayo odi atudwa mimbusa o initial comment wo ho na bia lessons adisuadie bi o ha ebetimi asua film as so Ghana ye celebrities teach you omo Hanum say no ni ebetimi asua film o sa ni ato ye John Oka foi me sha sem fiuso.
Thank you. Matie mahwe o kanayo ni video no di buy no. Yeah. And I have a few comments to make in this directive.
Okay.
Kanayo, he's right to some extent to say omo negative comments about the plight of Mr. Ibuno. They are not doing the right thing. And to that extent I agree with them because nyina ye wo ba komuna obi hu akochiri no baby na waye ne obeya to a certain extent na fedie wantimia na ohiamwa. I think say everybody and anybody can call for help at one point or the other. Inti asking for help no enye boni bia ne ho say obi be kan say ohiamwa. I don't know whether he was appealing to the general Nigerian public and I say he was appealing to one more industry for help. But whichever way it is, or the two social media, so hiamwa, so anybody who is touched can help. Once you put something into social media now, then you are inviting comments. You are inviting people to bring in their own to discuss because as I say, they are no baby abedano they are public. So over there, no, I don't know whether I should agree or disagree with Kanayo when he said that people are seeking attention over the plight of Mr. Ibu's.
O si ebi no afa ho na chese I say omo bronya nti omo de wi akokọ omo so omo de trending ni e ka ho
omo de trendy
sene bia asem tu obi kura wa Ghana Hanum say na ebi no so fa ho ebia nipa na kwa ahoyehia mu na wono pemwa no na ebi so honum say no no so di gini din
yeah nti honum na say mene no anya adwen kakra because nipa no ka bi what he feels about the issue. It doesn't directly mean say or person or trendy entina or no so or can be. However, no, movie industry and creative arts in general, no. Sometimes you know, almost creative impression, no say they are not poor or they don't have challenges the way ordinary citizens have.
A honumobile.
Mitrese, one lifestyle, no, and in the eyes of the general public, say, omu challenges.
Chese, kwen ya faso na ya boya bra na ni amanfo hwe no.
Yes.
Ya amanfo no say okay, ye de ni how bia. Or how bia ni so.
How bia ni wo.
In fact, say ne kura bia ya reda hono a wa betimi ahwe ho.
Yes.
Okay.
To the extent kra say ebinumu etimu ko mall and a public place be no what distribute sika the ama crowd no bisa you see your friend no ras matters and it's part of the industry part of the whole show.
Okay.
When they do all those things and then at the certain point in time na challenges be basa
say si wano na esima no a ene na chiro nuado. Okay. And he said, and nemenya bia, nanene, me took a cregu so, tugumi so, sanka, nunca nyaboni anane.
Oh, say, hiani pano, na or bisau na ubuano, maybe a school fees, be ni baby, yarinia, you know, those things, and you help her. Fine, but wait, dear, obu ho tika mu kra na o spread this can
into obroni kind of public spectacle no.
Okay,
I say we show
be no.
Okay,
so sanya na ya binu ye no ntino. Some of us feel said they don't have challenges.
Omuni how bia fine.
Bibia fine.
Okay.
Inti say ko dru baby pempenso bi na wo mu hiamwa. Then people think say, oh, is it true? How can a whole Mr. Ibu say I mean what you see, you know, those are some of the things. But all said and done, you know, me feel said there's nothing wrong with anybody asking for help if indeed or hear someone. Yeah.
Well, till I'm say ya da me no ya shine komo ya say but wetie kanayo nsem odi atudwane about there ebinimu fa ho nene so ede kakra menye wadwenche.
Yes, Michelle will be out here. I think say largely no mene kanayo ya dream because aside the fact say abaye social media there na obia air contributing no. I think so no any main challenge ya omo fa ho omo mabi no. Mofa hu edi atem edi attention ebu ama for say mu dia munye bi no na I think say ho na ono na asem ni gina because sabi enye obia na obete obia dia o pese o do abeto abonten say mache we ade eti wo na say wo pese o mo amansen hu say wa ye papa eno nkire say obi anya bi me amiti we amafo che miska bebrebu aha on pese oba be kan oba bia kra mo na obi fofrate
na wo so cha amanfo bi dia
Michebi.
Nice.
But or chewa on person obeka. Obi so ha or chewa no akasa de social media. Kind of mama tili say what you say different people. Ain't no interest say wo there na why no. I mean where your public thing obi wo ha person am for who say me support it. Na ochine bi no wa fam ambedi matem. But it doesn't mean that it is okay for you to use that. Wo dey na why enti no. Chichina cha wo dey do obi atem and I wo dey from for na wo so koye bi na munya na untimi show obi. Papa yanya by force. Sebi obi anya budget say obi ya abeka ho. Way like things happen. I decide on what metimi aboa. Me hwe me budget na me hwe my bra body e kona metimi aboa obi a. Se me aboa. Me was why and you say wo kasa kiti or me suna you say wo kasa na me sika by force ekutia it takes a hot dem ne ya dream pa say untimi enye papa emfa mba abonte fam be di obi atem say nti me ma ye say nti no me ne ya dream but nonetheless I think say Mr. Ibu as I said Thursday no ade na ye na me ya pa me de me ya because this is somebody as I said growing up in Mr. Ibu everything about him gets me excited to see say and the bibisa atono no ya panty no wa betimi aboa no na wa boa but say wo fa obi ya ho ani se na nebusua bre na wo pesa wo de wo personal trend na akoye say enye say boa bi da pesa wo boa wo opportunity bi dia ya wa de bi and that is very selfish.
Okay, me na say mama ya boa so emrem na menyi kakra mfi no honum say san komo ya ba beto dwa shase ya wada yes Mr. Ibu Nigeria sinitweni John Oka for our that hospital mpaso a was Nigeria for titu we are afana nyino bi obetimi aboa womra no mwa san say yade a doctor so ye no wakwa yenkoti ahamra so no ani ye wa ho yeah.
Senior Tilly Kai, no. I dare to Mr. Ibu say me who video na ya pa because I think that he made our childhood memories very fun. And I even put in penny for I think that everybody enjoyed a part of him. And to see him here today in the area. But on say BBC me say okana you asem okan say nkofo fa so ye video ka say or actors o man bo bra bia na fine but you see abraba ye boy e wo mu say ye ni na ye ntotoye said that bi bibi to me I say ni say na but you can never really tell what the future holds for you because e bia na wa plan on who say me ye me life say na be ya menya bibi adachi bi me come ho me gie mu a me de be hwe me ho but life happens yare ba ko ebetumi ama ohun ne mani nara asa yehu bi pain yehu nkofo mesi so omo prime time mu yehu so omo wo say ya sebio omawie ye no anko ye fe. And the whole issue of donation there is absolutely nothing wrong. Say ubeba bedwem ache say my ye dia metumi aye na baby amedu ide say mapem no anka boni bia nim. However, one cannot actually live life depending on donations of others because I didn't me will be an amema me nibia mean to me Emma enti mesre say womu wo bi omo betumi di amani ade I think said they can only do their part. Some of the colleague actors are still omo gina omo nan so asebi o omo wa hoodin omo koba ni ade no send you can ebi mu be ye omo de kra ebi a omo mfa meto abonten mani pe hu obi nso be ye de aba beto abonten. You can never really, so long as we do asema beto abonten de ni obi a pen or the bed or the befa. But what's most important is that send your unipanity as saying ye be able to me aboa mean can say salvage the rest of the a year or one. I think that we can only do our best because that's what we live for anyway.
But this thing yeah danonias when we sakaka say I said bia na yes resre but they be so because of you die bi ni ade aba manfo bebre so resre ebisa senator
well asresre ni die ni papa mu ahe brakwasi obi enu amimiti we won the way me yadwe no me hu chim na me kobuso obi sika na so nipa na amame a say minya na nkasa sempai kra na me nkoshem che it's so uncomfortable. What yes, especially so nipa no anya daje atena se etie wa asem awie no obewie wa nya mo bia mo. But you see this your celebrities are a war industry mu ni ade. I think say last 3 weeks or so you had an interview with Mr. Snitterfor ebe can be about how entertainers should wait. I think that's where we should look ahead. Because me said this snitch payment there were 3 phases. Tier 1, tier 2 na compulsory. Juma bosumi bia ma yaketu and beba na ni tier film. But the other one is voluntary because the omuti film kwa wa obetumi akwa kasa mpese me di bi ye de eka ho. To imagine say artists bi akwa show na odi ni sika hye nsa. Say you voluntary so obewa kotu ya snitching. I'm not sure say ebe click and also obekwa. However, 18 year one institutions, music and wine omo musicians, royalties, any ade no. Could it be that they could actually put a policy in place? Ebia sa royalties no cry one no but ebedu. Ye ebekwa jijini na ebe to abo ebia ye say compulsory yati this percentage a ye di tua wo sene to pe umpe sa sika ne de. Ye mfa ma wo. Da chi bi unyi na say ebia wa ba akwaji usika de aye wa dia. I think say no so be boa kakra. Because at least no dia wenya no so dia ye na japade na niema won at least so saso wo baka bi wo baby but say ye join sa keke musicians no so bi wo ha bi aye ntene ye ho enkoye say asresre ni de ene sa na beba no because at the end of the day say me nyimo bia wo baby a I can also say because of obi wo ho be because of pride and we on mebusa. But obi so ha ohia mo ana obede oba bebusa enti asresre ndi esi ewo ni ye nipa a ye wo ho na se niam bi o ha ebetumi atoto akwan ye de betu ye na se yanya. I think say is inevitable ebeba.
Okay no kakra bi mimusa ya kan and again na kakra betumi esua because ye kan Nigeria for the ni ehwe ni betumi esua efim cause na the government no and it's say ya na bia ye dachi ye ntoto niam yie enti de bia no as entertainers people in the creative industry no ye kwa ho chire bi mi say dia che say de bia no che ye kosre.
Thank you. Niaminia by Kai. I want to tie it with the Ghanaian situation. Particularly in relation to near 2 weeks ago na Amanwa. Uka ne odi tujwa
o si Gamro any
MUSIGA any ne keka hono it's very pathetic say obi ebe ye nyom ebe acting movie now aye niama bebre then at the end of the day was satisfied wa ma ebinumu aye happy, you know, as a comedian, as an artist, as a musician no nyoma wo ye no chichi ebinumu re eboa ebinumu in one way or the other, so you've helped society. At the end of the day, now
society needs to be me. I say yetuaoka.
Yes, so I'm coming there.
Okay.
So but in the course of all that, you know, they make a lot of money. Now, in the Ghanaian situation, no, you say one more trailblazers, you know. That time, no,
any camphor, no.
Yes. That time, no, not nyama ni in place for them.
Okay.
Until they were only relying on those gambro things and MUSIGA stuff and the rest of them. So those were the challenges they had.
Okay.
So almost if those people are complaining today, to some extent you will understand why they are complaining. Even though they have over-relied on MUSIGA, because they've forgotten, say, MUSIGA, for instance, is a mere association.
Being so said, no, no, we are say, time, no, send an air, sa, and I bet it's time,
it's the same thing with today's musicians and today's artists and all. Some of them still feel the same, and then to be this. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is, it got to a point. I can remember in 2008, Omudi Act 766 by 766 2008 as amended. And a man who send a sister can say you were tier 1, tier 2. We tier 3. I know the one kasa. Utonkele will cry or quite bet me voluntarily. No. Anya sa a corporate trustees EB. Now the one share so since 2008 till today, no. Ebe mi one say Obi artist be in Ghana.
Yenim.
They don't know.
Yeah, yenim hunim de.
And the mobo. Me am iti high crano. Minim crack can mention some of those trust companies, you know.
So parking can wish you yes, I can kind, but unima ubisa.
Yeah. So if they don't know, then we are telling them on this show. Say there are so many of such corporate trustees here buying act no omu yejuma omu packages for all kinds of self-employed people.
But just to say I boy can say be now to be me and sa here. Ye did you me be saying dia obi hu and the entertainment review ya nyahwe na bi nsem hu kwan na ka say that fascinate for betena hanum say e ma omo ne be din komo cheche sa anya ma onyina no ewura ha say na pie ha
you see
but
so all boils down to Niawo can say at the time of omo prime na omo enya you know whatever the popularity and the monies and the rest, you know, little does it occur to them say there is a tomorrow and human nature. So I think say this is time for all our art, because they shouldn't rely on these associations. These associations, they are more or less for welfare. Mami babinya no mabe yena se no mudi be yibi kakrabia mo no it ends there. They can't pay your medical bills, they can't do any of such things. So but back to Mr. Ibu Dieno, how I wish say he had made the appeal on the low key. Sebia that no make me feel say they are great businessmen. He has great friends, big people are more scar. But say throw out openly. Say Nigerians should come and help me, and I'm in this situation.
Now say I didn't know Bruno so I didn't go there.
Well, that's me ni mukrano. Many is kafo kakra na ntepe. Ebe yo wa say time am ho be kire no kra no mu fio. E wo ho pa.
Ni o kan about say enka wonye no kukuom. Enka bia wonye no kukuom.
Ensa kukua ni say bia na businessmen ne all these big people. I mean Mr. Ibu is quite huge. And bia definitely you have affiliations with these people. But for all you know, men kasa sanity. Ebia wa reaching out to these people kra no men fee no. Very possible because me ni so mo magidi no the old man so make say oh asemesi oh me ni pa my friend ma ho nchire wo na from ne hwe omu fiwo and the taisi enti bia na waye na fe wa hwe na ade na so ne pana so ne sisi na ontumi nko no e wo so ode betu so ode 1 naira na obi de beba 10 naira na obi ni na beka aboa no na ayeden aboa no you know so
na wie mamie mintiu
enti that is my bit on that or no. Nasem no minyaya anka ono de or a little bit on the low side. But I think that this is the time artists no they need to take a cue from this. Because they make a lot of money. They really do make a lot of money. Nase woman Fabian see nyaya na mo Fabian ma say amwan enye snit nkwan obetimi asave usiko. It's not only snit. There are all these companies are there. So once we have the opportunity, I don't think they have any complaint to make in the future. And they shouldn't. But send my sister kind help dear as a nipper dear, definitely you get to a certain point in your life where you will have to maybe cry out. But let us minimize those things. It shouldn't be say me bobble my blaster and the media sometimes we write those things, eh? You know what? You know how we put it?
Former Black Star goalkeeper
neglected. Neglected.
But sometimes it's true. Really?
I'm not neglecting my
only one neglecting is Omeka. You see, that's the thing. At the end of it, me.
Is it neglect?
But what do you think? What word do you think best qualifies that situation?
No, but who neglected him?
That is the point.
I don't know what you're saying. Institution and association.
Who neglected him?
One neglecting him.
Who neglected him?
Association.
Ball? 19 years, 20 years to the top. Nothing they drew baby. Now I've seen football. Okay, minim musicians, Ghanaian musicians. At the end of it, you know, a bookman. Minim musician. Or high life pa actually sebi o oton loto I know a footballer what bob team kesi bi pa wo Ghana ha for many years he became a security man at the stadium. Intino when those things happen and then he becomes a little bit bedridden. I didn't so nipa da se ni wunya you would definitely get bedridden.
A bedroom baby.
Say bedroom baby no. Former President Bush no money others at a certain age, you know, dear, you become bedridden. When the person becomes bedridden, the first thing we say so and so person neglected.
Neglected by the people
you see. So those are some of the things I want to say. But I think
But because could it also be say that financial knowledge, you know? For these artists now, they are in their prime, they are making the money. Can I say financial advisor? Obia or one team more ebia or better say you say for we kosha you say near the could it be said that way no yen shut down for premium and so into musicians ni any creatives mean kanesa who so fast so bebre as I say no we are looking at the now the anya sisi and
patcho adam nyum no kra we fa kra na me moma na they asem na okay na say yes is what is financial knowledge ni advice and this anya ma okay unti adam nyum na na
any patcho bona minti
oh that be
just our boss cuz I know obope upon topic
yeah me too then I was
okay so metiasie about the insurance part which of course lady no ba have from Senate where say gang entertainers especially my excuse say oh yes can emba no every month sir but almost so mo hye anytime or sick baby you can pay in advance dey bia unya okobo show once every 6 months you can pay sas can it be at was in the next 6 months you don't have to keep coming there to come and pay. Now aside that aside the insurance part I also think that it is I say yen quiet there na eba bontin bebre because ye penny ye stars and your must see so light obia anywhere so na make no GIJ papa lecture bako otia snet eduma nya buy na tua no obetia ni nyina but still ne ho kire na to the point say he was online everywhere amount for SS scammer no enti yare ko a odi na eko da be kire o situation a obewom obetimi a save area sika nyina ba yare no say enkwa
okay
nyina betimi asa so sometimes it's not about whether you've saved or anything, the type of battle you are facing will determine which kind of help. And mind you, Mr. Ibu has fans all over the world, and social media it reaches people all over the world. And aside the fact, so obet many obia attest to say buameno. Now maybe or should I say about maybe a do nusikano from personal people ne one obe open to general public. I think it's the way to go.
All right, young fan community you had say na enyume me moma na ode tie kakra na obehu ebia no so betimi answer some of the things I na and am for ebia wo munsa ebi bo munsa na ebi beto munsemu a kwan a omde fa so them with this new one.
Go get 'em. Peace FM. Me and my boys on a sunny day. You go see say we the ball cause the money day. Money finish, we go sunbase. Money count, we go do them again and again.
FM.
We go pop champagne, no, we don't really we in the class of the day. Pull up in the Benz cause the money day. Money finish, they go run way. Money come, they go show up again and again. But we don't really care, really care. We don't really care. We go pop champagne, no, we don't really care, really care. We don't really care. We go pop champagne, no, we don't really care. On a sunny day, you go see say we the ball cause the money day. Money finish, we go sunbase. Money come, we go do them again and again.
FM.
Cause we don't really care, really care. We don't really care.
Go get them, Adam. We don't really care.
We don't really care, really care. We don't really care. We go pop champagne, no, we don't really care.
The most wanted mix.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News. Entertainment.
Akasima do num na no me no abo entertainment reviews no as you go make us MTN Adarma wie na yatna se ye dey and come no ebreo. So MTN 7 Control say it's a new world of doing business and your business shouldn't be left out. It's time to get a Momo business today to accept payment from over 15 million Momo customers. What you are trending? All you need is a business registration certificate and your Ghana card. When you say Ghana card will be business requirements, so they are registered that with certificates in the honum saying futu na bon keke kwa na MTN is akwenya whereby applying to be MTN Momo merchant has been made simple and fast. Into wait me aye MTN merchant and a very simple and very fast. You just have to dial *5051 hash. That's *5051 hash and follow the prompt or apply online at Momo merchant application.mtn.com.gh. Now ube receive a reference number. I don't know wait me track your application. Yes, MTN no abe for your nim. So don't get caught waiting. Enjoy secure transactions and convenient transactions for your business with MTN Momo today. And they are passion to say know that the application is free. Do not pay the money. Do not pay any money to anyone for a merchant payment solution. I'm MTN Mobia, Biocaso Juice Kebia, Sebia Kwakwe, MTN Momo business Nisania, and to report to any fraudulent charges using the Momo app available on Play Store and App Store. MTN Adarama, EVA, and our TNK Entertainment Review, Peace 1043 FM, Chrisia Wajim Dream, Miniminianum Nisha, I'm saying, Yawa, Tilia Kianipa, and nene and so I want to say na openia mo amohwe o social media openia ba kwa transfer aba kansa besa Simon CCA ono ne openia nyomtufo Ghana anyomtufo ku MUSIGA Musicians Union of Ghana o mayini se o mambeda no yebema na kwaba enche but before yebema na kwaba no then the crowd took the wind out of my sails in Bruni Kano. One of the issues I ever heard pesi atifi onum say na yene Besa Simons edin komo asemwa mami. In fact, bem say 2018 krano Ghana Music Awards for Ebona Basso as a lifetime achievement award recipient na winner na amanua wani wulome na o lead singer ma wulome for so many years. If a chief crime so could join in suku troop I don't so nyomo to nyoma kama yes mami or to nyom papa na mano asem ya wodi atudwa yen enkomo na yen timfio si MUSIGA and Gamro treating old musicians like we don't matter na amanoa sisi ya wodi 74 and we appeal to a musicians union ne a Gamro. So just quoting and 70 be your kind I quote or say I'm in touch with most of the musicians in my age group. And I tell you for a fact that things are not going well with them. Many of them are struggling to survive, and it's a shame to see such musicians go through hard times because the systems that should help are not working well. And to continue with the quote, says, I personally went to Gamro very angry, asking why they were not treating aged musicians well. My dear, it is not easy. If you don't have someone buying your medications for you at my age, life becomes unbearable. Why should it be so when most of my peers have quality songs they should be enjoying royalties from? MUSIGA and Gamro should sit up and do the needful. End of quote. Na manwa and what can I say? Or say nepa de o hwe wo mo a wo mani afi wo matonyom fie bebre basisia no because ahodi no eni ho no sei no wo se oni nua no a wo mo ye ni age mate chese wo mo emfie no eboso wo no 74 entu hwe a na chese yes ni nua no a wo mo so medi sa ages ni bi no bebre ni amanko ye mo omu bebre ho no a wo mo dan nro so wo mo to nro de bia so wo mo no nro nro enfi edwuma sika wo mo nya ene wo mo di bia ato omdi bia kwa koto ndroi na wo mo hwe adwuma wo ma ye pa nkasa abere nke so mutimi sa ho kwan ke so mutimi didi so mutimi nyamfa so fi we sanse ebinum o ma todwom a chese enyuma o ma bonka by now nke no ho royalties ni ne keka ka ho e ba na nka de bia wo mu nyeska na o metimi kra de bia hwe mo but enyama nkoye wo de sobo no de bo eye anwutufu ko MUSIGA Rabbi Simon to have him sing. What they bought Gamro, one more collective management societies, yeah, one more G collection, okay, one more GG ASK, Sancrofuina, one more new meji, na manua, nene. Obo so nti menhya asem fiusu meni nsa but wo na okobo so menhya asem fiusu asemi ya na manua ekan. Do you think that it's being fair to MUSIGA, Gamro,
okay, Gamro, I can't be sure, but MUSIGA, I think that she's not too fair to MUSIGA. Meaning, na manwa. Me at least age no me Africa crime be too warm. They were those people who made our days happy, especially Ghan music nini keka. Yeah, in those days, you know, apart from Suku Troop ni Wulome, no, na ewo Jajilo and Kudolo and the rest of them. So she was Obia. Mimi Ninyuma 2 year, Juma year, and the rest of them. And if she's indeed been an active member of MUSIGA all through her, then to some extent people can say okay obed di hu yao say MUSIGA am wano but send me can first no as far as I know no MUSIGA no association just as we have Ghana Journalists Association, Tanker Drivers Association. It's so in an association dear, it doesn't go much beyond welfare. Say association,
say union. No, you also seek for the welfare of members. No,
welfare. No, dear. Say Ghana had yes welfare normally. No,
because any dear Tina. Yes, you jai more resenia dati ya hunka kabeti titi.
Yes.
And yanka me nom kunu. Metransi na nene metransi na maji wing dentina me dom kunu. Me huchiri mi ya beti mi abuwa mi.
My opinion, Mr. Wajini say, welfare no, it doesn't go beyond a certain point. When we talk of welfare, it doesn't go beyond a certain point. Say entiminto will life a draw obey you so. From 70 going till left and say nyame be frɛ at 100 and 95 then they will continue to take. And then secondly, is she currently an active member? Because membership association be were active members, were redundant members, be a member before be a name but say no on ye juma bio minti be for the past 5-6 years and no one contribute to. But people do say during her days when she was active, no, or a member, into to what extent would they be able to extend sa largesse, no, edia mau, and no ya di bakwa say what you see. So as for MUSIGA, I don't think she's very, very fair. I empathize with her. Omu ya there in those days, omu ne ma music and kasa. I mean, that time no things weren't as they are today. That time maybe a today's musicians are a bit better off, I can see. Until one more time no today, and I'm no mere trailblazers. Inti somuye yina niema betutu ye ende kakra. At least she has every right to complain. But to MUSIGA, I don't think I agree with her. Gamro, maybe she has some right and royalties. As to why Gamro is not able to collect those royalties, why the songs are still played today all over the place, is another story. But to MUSIGA, dear, I think kakra.
Okay. Yeah, my mintie we na ma no asem okay. Okay, Tilly. My main course na kaka.
Me you say obi to me pass the question. I'm obi what class say that. Okay, so first off, MUSIGA a welfare, as my man clearly stated, and they can't take care of you. They will support you. And Tisabi will be kakra. Na say ebia busumi bia some be support. So we just busumi bia puna ye be support here. The only begin on the best support. And mind you are not the only person are almost supporting. Amount for dollars. If I say 1,000 puna musi this month, 1,000. Ama one more who ewa ahihim. Maybe na wo here 1,000 in na. But muntimi in tawo mount. And ti kakra wana umbet me one maybe 100 cedis. Some of the amount osaso be 10 be. What you say? And to say so omun show there, it's like too much burden on an association. Their job is not even to take care of you the rest of your life because why you paying. That be and no man said no. Now moving on to the Gamro thing, Metiasie say royalties issue no are difficult, but no cry no say. Yeah, can no cry pa na say ya cry bon say ya can no cry. E ka say ye hwe enuma ya boso ende na e di tua ye artist 7 panyifo ni bi ka would they be eating? No cry ba kupo eja yan can no cry na yenye free we say. How often, if really we are saying, say, and no ma won no ma ye bo, and I ye sweatia o kana what make say Gamro muntia meka busumi we ana muntia meka in the last 2 years because men you gina so. How many of these big old veteran musicians will still be chopping now? And I say Gamro no in this at this point in time, Gamro itself is made to support the old artists, not the current ones. Because obi wo ha oni dimo system nim di dada. And I busumi bia and I say anytime be child ye bia ne kakra wa no onya. But se ukosho ma ne it's not being played. Even if it's being played, onya sa amount na Gamro e ma no.
Chese ni apeso twen se enka omo che ne pepepe se ni okay ye bo onwum a. Sika we sin aba. Ena enye te system mo kreti anka ebi no kra nya bi. Yes, ebi mo kra nya bi. Famsa to no nkasa na me ma o microphone so e mo nkasa wie. Ebi no mo kra nya bi. Ena wo ma omonya bi na as omonya bi for a long time no. Se be den komunya ne kanya no benya. No cry ba kope. And sometimes I feel like Gamro they I'm sorry to say but I say omo ye current artist omo gina so anka wo say nka omo didi e make sika no omo ye omo mo brought to support the older ones no what you say because no cry ye can no cry pa apart from we show I think say once a while counselor no to ba ha na bosanyu ni bi afra me say dan say wo airwave so say this kind of songs cost me dream was okay so wo bo Gamro bra say Gamro ka say ye ko ne finchima hipa na obenya me
is it?
No. Ubebusa question.
When you say ye shemu finchima, na say ye share artist ya oma ye juma. Ni omo ye juma ye beka say ye call clubs, parties, ni way ye ti omo nyom still na. Now uka somebody dia, are you insinuating say whatever monies that are collected for these artists no omo na yesheni akasa wo de we mu no manya shi nti wo de mo mayen ye we kaka ne mfa mo is that what you're insinuating?
No. See system na e wo ho no. It's not about say ye ba onyuma na onya sing baby. In fact o ma ye krabam say bi no category A ni ne keka ho wo mo de che nti
omo de che
okay. Yeah, what you say enti say ka omo ko about they are going by the book say wonum na ye bo and radio station where o'clock say me bo we 30 seconds enti you say most of them will not be eating. Enti I'm saying say yes me na say bia wa ye nyom pen. I mean these things are disheartening to hear, but nonetheless no, you can't blame these people entirely because MUSIGA Go benya no be ma.
But me musa kakra na me ma nenemrem ya me ha but me musa tilisa asem we say nia okay about born finchim system ni account they are not too nchen. What about the general structure itself? Say Ghana structure na ankasa because betina Ghana friends who complaining the suboni be cry boy even though yes I know say despite media yetua omo betake no ma ba beji whatever arrangement na I want yes omo bra beji from time to time need account but largely omo de subobo radio stations and not just radio stations that omo use anyom to phone japade say omutua no say yentua even though mra no ho saying the general structure itself not to say because I'm sure if enu ye adwuma then anyom to no keska ba mom so betimi.
I agree. The general structure of Gamro weak. I know the ade wo ho and I make up say because weak inti in some of our old artists they still get to eat because weak. What you say? Weak inti and they are still getting to eat. But exactly. But stronger. Say be ubon na wa clock we say and our artists bia ekwa ne back and onima here when you at the end of the month. Most of these artists are they have been benefiting for a while. No? If the system was strong, the structure of Ghana was strong, they will all be out.
Nene. Yeah, it's okay. It's
interesting. Honomono minutely and ya drink too much. Because one question we need to ask ourselves in the days of, for instance, na Amanua, in her days, was there a Gamro?
No.
If there wasn't, then assessment na it cannot be fair to her. Because in those days, nenyum omunyum, those days, they were equally very, very popular.
No, but asema Oka.
So,
but as no can say, indeed, Senkebia almost about logging system now. Okay, your board na when you say about Nkebia bibenye biana.
Interesting say logging system no any horse time no. The society itself had been unfair to them.
Okay,
and no interest woman yomono anye popular. And I'm for more or it didn't move society in those days because till today, Bob Marley, Ninyum. Some of them were really popular in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. His songs today may not be as popular today as they were in the 80s and 90s. However, because system is strong, at the end of the year, say yearly in a scanubo, say every 2 years, so say every 6 months, so I don't know. But they have a way of calculating. They don't say and then say yam more and then and one thing you say. Omo ye nyum tititi no. Omo was some advantage bill because people even do remix of their songs. People even twist their songs in a certain way and honor their lines. And from there, no susika kakra bi betum. One munya mitre no. Inti se ampedu ye nyum bina si keman no mu ye nyum in those days ya. Na so because the system was not active in those days, that's where the system had been unfair to them. But as for their songs, dear. In those days and up to a certain point, they were also as popular as the great names we have today.
Okay, so I just said this time. I
think it's a shame that years until now we still sit here and have such conversations about welfare and obese oyare na gamro ntiame royal. I think it's a shame, baby. I do. Come on, baby, I do. I mean, it's high time that these people have to sit down. Say, you be in a French, when you be. What you say? A French, some of these issues, it's a vicious cycle. I can count the number of times I've had these conversations and even interviews that I've granted for musicians. It's a shame that in this century, digitalization, yeah, that's what doing royalties will be Bejina waiting. You see, if the system is working, everything will fall in place. Over to me at America, be a company I do as a mean to your tax. I think I make a die on my no. I think say these penning for editor institutions, and I think it's high time that they're really accountable for some of these things. Let's put the structures in place and let's make it work. And let's I say ye be ye some kakra ni ejai ni aye ni say na emwayen. I mean, yes, our conversation we because
me that say, but ye be you come on crowd han saying say nyame ncha de Ora Simon MUSIGA president, newly elected MUSIGA president. In fact, ye ba be di MUSIGA ho enkomo. Ne ni suade ho a wo ma MUSIGA assist yo ma to abama no omakwan for some time, but nyame ncha de abro yi puma kwan wo ma to aba ya declare results within kunim ye manitrin kwan. But before I remember na kwa ba proper ni di MUSIGA nkomo no sa asem ya na amanoa e di aba betudua wo kan MUSIGA din abemu asem no otie bi mimusa no na dwenkyere kakra wo ho ni opese odebwa na yenyi sa nkomo we mfio besa so I mean wetie nkomo we before I become MUSIGA nkomo na so mimusa wa dwenkyere ni apese ode kan sa nkomo ni na amanoa kan
yo kwesi ezeme dase michie bia so asem no kra moze no kra nyi mente asem no but mohwe nkomozin more kwa muhu de edwuma ho yin de obode yema obi atase how it works in the entertainment industry. Sometimes mayetini bia na nya dam not kra or you true there ibia ode ye hwempanyimfo in a way, but that could be a policy. Motin there enwuma your right owners. Right owners, it comprises of the executive producer, the arranger, the this, the that, composer. One sikaba watcha omumbi. Na intumsun tnawo na and register with the CMO collective management na wakwa juice kamo. I will know they sign with this of assignment to them. Enti sa assembly badam na ode yehwehwem why ibi asikebi wo ho a obi onye bi I am the music as I work can from no I am the part because more Kenya I know music as it or bono mazin na before I book music and some music but the mass amazing mean jeans there or what there yes start today yeah point fingers we just have to know as some no more there say no kwere wom say no kwere nyim there me deserve say yemam way and e bibisa and sign e bia yetum ya kan ho asam.
Well, Bessa Simons now taking that newly elected president for Musicians Union of Ghana. Yeba nearby be din komo and yeba be share MUSIGA. This whole union, what is it about? Diana, omujina for sisi a omoto aba ediamano no betra so be mfie dodo be sen. Diana ni ni suade hu. Diana pa no betimi aye de asesa eniama. No, you know about Pansima Dubako, MTN for Adaroma, Ye, and Canada, MTN as Papa. My member studio, Minsama, Rabessa Simons, president, newly elected, CCMA, Musicians Union of Ghana. That's Akwaba Bium. Akwaba.
Kwesi, Major, so, Yamunia. Me uncle be no can answer, Yamunia. Now, pull me to that.
Boko no answer.
The Danyamias, baby, or in here, Butu.
Uchinkwa. Me that's it. Makwache. Oh. So for how long now drag? Because when time our bufie kunyano so no.
Almost about 4 years or getting to
and why active for 4 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And I see ayato abama unsi ube transfer for how many years?
The anyame de bemambia mesom na my de ametum.
David, that's not answer the question. But we are kind constitution accept.
No,
Senate
4 years.
4 years.
After 4 years, and there should be another elections.
Okay. But the way I can that means
Matthias, my question is
okay.
Second time no Matthias.
Because if you are over person be san kubium crack on. How many times you could Ghana constitution, you know? Obia kwai so between obia between general so manpenny because it has a criteria between general so manpenny between a compare 2 times.
Yeah.
MUSIGA the understand it here.
Sape penalty.
Between just 2 times. After 2 times no to mean kobio.
We are won't mean kobio.
Okay. And so you are lucky who would the act for 4 years until you have 2 more terms. So person obejina biom akawa. That means for 4 years you na say person okobiom kwani ahode wa abesan. That means you've served like almost 3 terms.
And the one here win your life.
Does that mean that when you're watching so we call for the 3rd time?
What's it?
Unya, why didn't you go for the third time or now?
Oh, if you make a first time.
So much out. But we chinko. Sorry, chinko.
Papa. If you so, I'm from a Peace FM, the biggest entertainment show in Ghana.
Una wokao.
Kwesi, ile debi ametewa.
Una wokao.
Metewa ne moye ye onye da me tu kwan na men simentam no. Wo tra mankasima na me lose frequency no. Me ye men sanka me se.
Kose.
Wo kokuma so so. Wo tra nkokko na ade na film na fidie.
Kose.
It is the biggest. Namenda ankura was support here wahwe my MUSIGA one election why because it got to a point it was a big burden. Oh no, person enhwe mo one year election we to be last minute
na bibia bebo
even last one me catch me executives and crofo bebre omoanda by 3 am people were calling me, hey, I deal with a short baba so I deal with but nyame aye nti yebede obiara ase the wabuoma MUSIGA why one election free fair no gidigidi bia boko ya yewe nti yede jame ase.
Okay. Now, so just in front of me, menim hanum say tiefo bia omu hu me what documents we go menim hanum say. Na sa document Constitution of the Musicians Union of Ghana. Constitution of the Musician Union of Ghana. So let me check this one. Bia mebo date no hanum say. So we 2003 Musician Union Constitution. 2009 Musician Union Constitution. 2015 Musician Union Constitution. Okay, 2009 about 2003 too. So from Nyamihu or Hanum say means more constitution as a cool CCA and a cool nankasano from constitution here no I'm just confused. I don't know Nyamodi e buku ni CCA. Dia pa na modi buku no.
Okay, Kwesi.
Yeah.
Madasi papa. But obey I'm fast forward more.
Okay.
Tuesday or we will be sworn in.
Okay.
Until a big swearing in inauguration war tourist center.
Okay.
Until Bia is invited.
Right.
You put a very nice party so I'm on Crawford.
Nice one.
Monty there. Luckily, Film International Federation of Music will be a workshop be my hand before the elections.
Okay.
And they help us a roadmap, 1 year roadmap. This is going to happen for the next 2 years coming. And see your roadmap I be so near Hejuma. Monty there after swearing in, the next thing will be our conference. That is where we're going to make all the major decisions, because conference is the highest decision making body. We share in constitution na year konu yen with the constitution no. I'm say last one now we mention no year use CCA,
which is the 2015.
Yeah, I'm say minim 2015 yeah. No you was signature me who signature which na and your signature which and say me ho you say and no and yeah meeting with arbitration we can say yen use until elections.
Okay.
And to say you kwa say see me you say you start your constitutional review.
Okay.
And I am sure there before you go conference no and the church say you will be what constitution na ye pass you know, then we're going to be using this constitution for, you know, until something, you know, happens that we have to review the constitution again. Anyway, back when the constitution no something I know there are a lot of contradictions.
Okay.
And yenya experts, so including the deputy director of International Federation of Music, they are all looking at it.
Okay.
To see that you know, day in the day. And the mass personal change. The same thing. Now other members, other ANC, all the regions are working on it. The people with the technical know-how, we're putting together. Na me sure that wa cry about your bro be na hwe nyame bia emu de wa haw hen you know em say nyankopon no any bibia pepepe because the experience yenya besisisia no wa ma yen with the constitution on need attention and we are doing something serious about it.
Okay, so obi a onim first time maybe a what MUSIGA obi okra what MUSIGA no ejina ho for den ne botaye no pa MUSIGA no den ne ade say.
Okay, music as a it could be a home musicians. The musicians one. You could be share the welfare of musicians. You could be other your culture no huban. Share a musicians only there. You find the musician or sign a contract and okay bibia music I better my supporting more call. Bibi to them. Say musician be ought to quant na asam to na. The first port of call is MUSIGA. Inti in your what them near me. In a fisu, what can then fancy words number? It's and she share be out there she share for musicians and the music industry now. It's marketing. We go and bargain hard for the welfare of the musicians. Fisu Esha today MUSIGA. You can say I'm the work welfare in Yamamasam. We've realized good things in there. I mean, I'm like the borderline for the old and the new because me started very early and I played with all the old musicians. You know, Miyakra, Kitikitimi, CK Man, Kakeku, you name it. When you know Papa Youngson. I realized that when you pensions, as we speak now, I didn't even know about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, when you was, we are working on it to make sure, especially the young ones, you know, Pesa some of betum paying for the bit one. Come maybe January 2 to 2 every musician will have a pension. Which means at the age of 60 or 65, go in, when you are better bibido, you will be paid for the rest of your life. We are trying to get a good health insurance, NHIS, that's right, for musicians. And if even possible, say music a bit more subsidizer. Because health insurance, it might not be full, it might not cover so many things, but at least, Sasamto. Ne botumako hospital my doctor Ashawa is a start. Inti nyedwuma no ibenyen ene fiso ye church musicians enyama orkodo nyama eya obama music business na etumenyeska. My main aim is to make sure that musicians are making money and they have good health. And to do that, and she said, we are sure that this time we will be working with the media, Papa. Baba Betsna, you went in common, ya can some, Ubia, ya went to meet him. Ama, one order benefiting when you, for example, group life insurance. When I was going around, don't go for brain tassy, they don't know it has happened, which means. Here message non cry out here, so we have to work with the media. In Yama bit to them, and MUSIGA, it's boa musicians. For example, me feel as about Kwan, Oma Miwini is about digitalization because my start to young and every region I go, I see that the young ones, the moment we start discussing the modern trends in music, 1 2 turn CDs, 1 2 turn even pen drive, they all, they become awake and then they contribute. And seeing the obey MUSIGA, we are going to have our own digital portal, which means on Cheribiapo, you can just register with MUSIGA on your phone or you start, we are halfway there. Now we are working on maybe today ID card in Christ going to be changed or by ATM card. Once that time in Obama, once you register with MUSIGA, your card will be an ATM card. If you so with our digital portal, Every musician will be in there. Your biography, your music, people can access you from there. You can interact with about 123 musicians union across the world. Collaborate with them. And today in Yama piece, I'm getting American. Azibachwa, Macro, my lucky there, American. I am flow because Odoso. And because I've been to the regions about 3 or 4 times, you know, I am a KB or so KB. But music, yejina homa musicians. You find them obesity musician bia. We have to go in. Say I mean you can say there you want some P with music. Now if you look at my message I'm to crowd now, I'm talking about unity, transparency and accountability. What I mean by unity, and yet to say Madam for new no unity that will bring results. Results today, we sit down, but we sit down with the people with the technical know-how. No one can say, most of the time it's about constitution interpretation. If it's media better, but if we have the people with the technical know-how, which we have identified a few, I can't know what's true there. I see them know there. Music industry, it's not a new thing. Look around us. I've been to Ivory Coast, Burkina, Togo, Benin, and they've had this going long time. To mean 2 ways. I say we for quite so now here, but say see a baby way to know or the digital world, digital space. MUSIGA will have to go fully digital. GAMO will have to go fully digital. Copyright will have to go fully digital. The government will have to go fully digital, so that urban government is a government how much is losing from the music entertainment industry. We hear Nigeria how much they are contributing to the GDP now. Now the government respects the entertainment industry in Nigeria, and this is where we are looking forward to. So as MUSIGA, we can mediate. We can sit down with the people, even if we have to bring them in, we'll find a way of bringing them in. As a government who said, at the end of every year, you contribute this amount of billion cedis, and the government cannot receive this money by not doing anything. They have to intentionally play their role. Now we'll make sure that yes, every year, the entertainment industry will give us 300 billion cedis. And they cannot afford to miss that. It's a musician there. Yes, you contribute, because in the digital space, before our royalties, you will be informed. Wakra, you can access it. As a streaming idea, you know how much you've earned, you know how much they played your music at a radio station, how much you got, ninina, pepepe. And sometimes when you say, everybody knows. Simple. Government will know how much a musician be or make it $30,000. A government knows how much calculations or percentage, how much tax they have to pay, and it will be there. You can't. There's no to. This is where I am looking at. That the industry should go, and MUSIGA, you have a role to play. Nti oden so you play in Roma adwuma no si, because you made me yensa ye bakasa ho dama na another year bani abakasa ho. We have to do something about it, and we are going to do something about it.
Okay, so me ba be bisa semia probably me bisa other way round.
Okay,
ebia beye enum nti ba ko mienu miensa enan enum asemi am bebusa no ama etie for me no metie for just for yes ye betimi ate ase ne be hu as anyumtufo kuo the objectives so bronika betaye pa ebia ejina ma anyumtufo kuo any sense be sami busa se man beye enum anyumtufo kuo dia na so me ma anyumtufo no.
Okay,
yeah,
as I say, you make sure say you bought musician who buy. Na buy na ya bono, it's in so many ways. As I say, you make sure say ikuono which na so I say make sure say ya capture all the regions and the districts and the locals. One. As I say, you tumsu say yema musicians, it's there. A capacity building. Your church omodia ekoso wo adwuma no mu ama omo etuma ye adwuma na say ye educate musicians. Say you make sure say you will legal backings for our musicians. And as I say, you to say your welfare system no a support to members no wo kwan bebre so ikuo no ne constitution no say as I say you to you protect your culture wo wo Ghana nti bibi today high life dey kase ye ka yen wadwuma ye betumi aye ho adwuma me no kase kra no we started with high life becoming one of the intangible heritage for the country. Yen ye start here the UNESCO almost e afa friend lady sesiano
okay, well, so just to recap, maybe I say me boboso ama osi protection say be a bambo say mama eku no bambo mo members no be mo bambo capacity building say be am be mo tete niam ense mu ehun ne say mo church say mama education mo church teacher fan legal event matters covering ejuma na mo ye no o kan about welfare Modachi and in the account, then you came to protection of culture. So Sanya Maya Abuboshi in Fiebaya 9 quite best soon befa ma ekunu etimi achieve Sanya Mawina.
Because what the me call me campaign studio. We have some of them we have started already. Fan there, BB today, group life insurance. Started, and there is ongoing. We just have to. Welfare.
Okay, you're good.
Inti, I don't know a idea. You started with 50 CDs, now it's 100 CDs. About capacity building. Yes, so many workshops. We've done one about royalties. We've done one about publishing. We've done another one about understanding the modern trends, which is in the digital space. And currently, we are doing another one. This one with the NSDF, Skills Development Agency. What they are supporting us to go to get. We're doing training for trainers. We are training trainers. So every region will bring 3 people. And here in workshop, this day, we are getting the gender balance very well. 3 people from each region will come and learn steady how a record volume from the studio, how to upload it onto the digital shops. Now, as you go digital shops now, their monetization are correct. Knock around so the money comes into your account. American Southern Belt, which is Western, Central, Volta, and Greater Accra. Training Crawford. The aim is at the end of the year, we're going to put a desk at MUSIGA because your members know also. And they don't know what the big stars know. They don't know what those with the big management know. But we are bringing this to our table. And to Uba Hawaii Wunyumo Studio, these people will guide you. At the same time, they're going to teach people who are willing to learn so that they can do it by themselves, or they can also come and help other people upload their music onto the digital space. Menu Kase, Yewe Southern Belt, we are going to go to the Ashanti region, which will be Eastern, Ashanti, and BA and a Techiman, and Sana Yako northern sector. So another thing is, like I mentioned before, pensions. Musicians will need pensions.
But your phone
oh, sorry. Musicians
okay.
We need pensions for a long time. And nothing has been done about it. You started to say preaching about pensions, In fact, and then my lucky because many me new secretary.
Okay.
Or ha Kofi Agyeman or ha.
Okay.
Ne we've been on a banker into Nim Sanyoma Nyome unim. He was a former treasurer into Nim Sikasemu. Into New say we are talking to agencies no we pensions to see, and as musicians it should be done different. We Indian one say 9 to 5 there no.
Okay.
Until yeah on so yes but me you do adzim kesepa only there. Every region should also have their own insurance.
Okay.
At the same time have their own welfare, and national also have their own welfare, which means you will benefit from national welfare, from group insurance, you will benefit from your own insurance, and then your own welfare at your region. And some two musicians could pay a cheer. Who say we're talking about 18 to 20,000 year to William say you were AMWEF, Aged Musicians Welfare Fund, and see a beshemu kina.
Okay.
You will be to the grandboy, you beshemu kina, Ghana Music Week, you beshemu kina. Enti e ben welfare side na ye wo nyoma bebria ye what mama kasa say am we free question po
aya o kasa pese me be mu na ko pese o flow say nyumtuni the creativity ni wo hodum say ntia na pese o flow ntia my ko na me tie o na tie for so tie but more questions be ba ko me no bi mebusa na me nuan mu so contributions ni questions be ombo no na wo mebusa MUSIGA koi na bako sa MCT mote no 1975 meboa so 1975 na nsemu no na mo office yi old passport office wonum say minim say was Rollins aban adama na the office no ma mo meboa na nsi omo yes omo ye marine drive project yi ni etu mu fi honum say mwenya office for NCC honum say na mo she o mama mo baby na mo so ma twoko honum say e bi say ye num grass yes 1975 e could be to say anyomtofo any the power share e could be to say TUC no money ade any like de bia na mo nam na mo sre for obi mantwa by now nke se mo amunya mo office anka mo a motimi esiesi honum say eto say ni se besine de bia na mo te se obi amam bebi na mo sugar mo kakra hon
Kwesi
Pajan
me da se and then me can say be artism no is been louder than the real matter, the real issue. And most of in some American is based on artism. I mean, in podcasts, only music and only music and I didn't know I can say musical office, very nice office, big office, plenty rooms. Yes, Uncle Kunegu. You were permanent workers, we pay them. A German musical and executives in the you were workers for what and your office. And I mean, you can say, Yaso music, no, or you could be nyoma say, if you could be so. Ube say, be a music and crying a city, be the wasted dynamo. But me can say, music our office, government man one office, and this part of the world, you know. The person will be at and say, it's a developed country. And say, you make sure say, we are cutting our coats according to our size.
Okay.
When you can say, yes, a government a man building. We will have to move in a year in Shishaya. But this was an emergency time on mobile marine drive because we are winning. You be a few. Into what happened was on my baby I say move because
yeah,
and see they gave us a nice office very nice man for boom pepe besi and they one ya show young into music at our office on no here
now come about office bia o see mamo abaya mamo office for
government baby opposite ministries police station.
Okay.
I do my young share in future it will become MUSIGA's property. And what will happen is when you can say crown yen she bebre won and me many so I didn't say we'll have a one-stop shop.
Okay.
This building will be I remember me call South Africa your friend saying World Cup no I went to a one musicians union office.
Okay.
It was very nice, electronic, film they say, and these are some of the things I'm looking at.
But it's a shame. I was there be and ferry.
No, because we don't go to South Africa.
I didn't need to be fine.
No, they started like us. They started like us, and people with the will. People with the will is what we are lacking most of the time. Came together and said we're going to do this. And the pressman helped. I
say no money well no ni honum
sana. Yeah, well anything that you do komo ya. Crazy. Me say e ya de odo ho. Sesiano senya menyema go through ye kitayan krata na bibia kwesi. Me the plan baba na waka chem say obi a Peace FM entertainment review. Yensu ye pure office kitu ebi wa na waka say okay ment bia mbetu say nti mo betra ho na ye adwuma. I'm looking at amphitheater, big conference nyama obobua.
Okay.
Nti maybe I'm doing there. Up to now, MUSIGA in your office. MUSIGA has an office.
Okay.
And that is very important. And we're looking forward to have a big office. I
am sure Sasim Wisano was not about saying MUSIGA in your office in there that will be. But the fact that I say they be ye piano ne abe because CC I was saying baby am CC NTC ho say no because it's temporary mubi fi honum say yamamo dan foforo senior be ya ye nko dan sorry na ye ba beti okay sa dan credit ma opposite ministry the police station crown ya say fi honum say and you are wow Tihana o can say o call South Africa o share South Africa Musician Union of office why we need ye. That is the question. That is what I'm on for.
Crazy. What wouldn't him say? Listen, Ghana no mama and dream say, ye day amo, yende. No kafan super afro, yende.
What do you mean?
Yende.
I don't know if I'm
speaking from my experience because my trail crew.
Just say no biasa.
Obia. Mami ha train there. We are cutting our code.
I am to fire more.
Crazy. And this how? I am to fo. No. In yama be order ye and sana ye to my casadam. But ye, including a big cycle. Ye with them hanging I account. Be a cost to be I account. Me can also count. Ghana Funya also count. I see. Until you to me yet see and watch the hand position. Now this is the first step we have to take. We take first step, second step. With a proper plan. And on the muyache, but my man dream says no way COVID bear Ghana. Yen start to cry musicians entity. Yen start to cry say a pick up from where we dropped. Nay I can say you can see I can say you can see mansion B. Chede yen to no first step for. But we will get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. Ne on yen no kwere MUSIGA yes stress strategy.
Okay.
Yer boy hen humors and I think this is the word. I say you can say MUSIGA world boy humors there we feel Marine Drive one office.
Bessa Simons now telling that's the newly elected musicians union of Ghana MUSIGA and can MUSIGA nam who say SM a man attention na me money theater and we yenini din komo well ono ade atudwa say ni general secretary wa hanum so ono so moto aba CC atwetwe for opinion ma eku no no so ha say komo no ikoso na former president musician union of Ghana and so Abba Studio Hanum say Dana hopes I'm sure so babe moral support or be my besa moral support so I'm sure so along the line ebia or no so obetening kan. I just wanted to continue with my questions but my main purpose was Hanum say Mimra Studio no say be anya ting na minuan mo coming one I'm saying tili akua nipa nene benetako eko ya ye boa and another some abedun so atranse memo mo so mo mrem na nia wo ewo MUSIGA besa wa hanum say newly elected president nia ene nkono dodo na bigina MUSIGA musicians union e biesu ye ma wo hu ai ensem say net and for microphone because na on kasa before any question bia
Uncle Bessa, congratulations.
Thank you.
About 4-year period now. Turmoil, ECOSO MUSIGA was standing firm to the point where finally elected as the president. Now, my questions can create some Bissau. We can say the tenets of the campaign were based on unity, transparency, and accountability. Now, in the 4-year period now we are acting, there were a lot of cracks within the group. During your tenure as the acting, almost postponed the election 5 times for varied reasons. Into unity, a problem. Now the icing on the cake when it comes to the level of disunity, what music and a time and movie election, main competitor as Levi, one penny. I mean, he was very much aggrieved. And he clearly shows that first and it's which is unity, there's work as a way. Because clearly cracks in the war group are very extensive. And my first question maybe sound say we crown a campaign tenets, how do you think so with me will be about together na group na unified?
Okay, and all that's it. And there, me winning, the American first is about unity. Say, na yem bread together. Na yem move equi forward. Be our positive idea. Or we no adwen papa no. Umbra, my arms are wide open. Na yem to me yan yejuman. Since then, no, go for break cry and start age more cry. They've called me congratulate and giving me ideas. Which means even in Krofukra, when they were work can some about me, they've called me. What's it? Asama McCain, what's it? Obaba, Naya Juma. Or in the corridor, unity, cracks womb, but Oyaza offered Nessis, Yaya, who said you papa to get to where we are. I mean, you make sure. There, whichever constitution we have was working. That is why MUSIGA won all the cases that went to court. Because you were article B1. You can't just get up and take the union to court. You have to pass it through the arbitration committee. And you don't have to give arbitration committee ultimatum because they have to deal with the case, speak to this side, speak to that side. And so people ignore that. And so most of it, in there or ye bino, but you can't stop people from going to court. And so no in Yaman creating, but unity is not only with MUSIGA, everywhere. All the industry players, but maybe said there, that's not a bit why people are doing all these things now. For me, my personal is about constitutions and what people think should happen. But what should happen, and we need the people with the technical know-how. We need a tailor to sew it. If we get these people to sit down, in fact, my man came from going to court, I've never been to court before. Dealing with lawyers. When 2 opposite lawyers meet and they're talking about constitution now, they have an agreement because they all understand what shall means, what full stop means, what that means. But just because maybe being more loud voice, believe. But when we get the technical know-how people now, that's the unity I'm talking about. We don't have a choice. Taking the course. That's what I mean by unity.
All right, well, that's it. But my next question, I'm saying, in answering about your questions, there's something I will care about the fact that in your tenure, you'd want to depend more on government for support. And obey son of what's your contribution edema economy, GDP, and all that stuff. And I'm sitting and I'm wondering if that's the way you really want to go with your administration. And I'm saying this based on the ACPEN. Engineer Wahana Abainoma MUSIGA and your board 3 million. So I'm going research. No for resource number. Based on the resource, no, na ya share contribution at the Bema industry. Me pacho engineer Ghana has say any name the level of support Abani their mind since that episode. Are you sure, sir, that is the route you would want to go by relying on government support in your 4-year tenure?
Okay, just point of correction. Yeah. I didn't say I'm going to rely on the government. No musicians union can rely on the government. We share the whole world that the way musicians union is run, no, and you're government based, you're private, you're quote-unquote actual. We will make sure they work all the time. I was talking about putting certain structures in place. This is not only music, about the entertainment industry. That is what I meant. And if you remember now, I was talking about digitization. Digitization, and as I sit here and I'm working with other musicians union across the world, and so they are supporting us in how we can do things. And see, if government will have to do something to get something out, we can point the government to that direction. For example, for Nigerians to get their music out there, their government has played a role through the businessmen. Nigerian artists, they have very good management. They just didn't get up and become very good managers. Obina intentionally pushed that course. And see, if we have a plan like that now, and we can sell it to the government, for the government to be able to make sure that how much, let me put it this way, how much we contribute to the GDP. Now, I don't think it's anything wrong.
The government is very much aware.
No, he's not.
But
he is not aware.
No, as of when? Because such documents and the common your contribution is 0.001.
Yeah, memory had trained them. You and who can 2 million or something.
Yes, sir.
2 million, and the 2 million is what has sustained this country and the union up to now. And it is yes, I can music go. Yeah, and who say come some who say that's our research, and that is what the embassies are using. They are proud that they supported us to be able to do that. In America, I'm talking about BPR. Yes, from where we are. I'm not going to ask the government there on to me. It's something that's a win-win situation for us, the nation, and everybody. I'm not going to ask the government for no. I won't do that. BPR, Obama, sustainability, baby.
Okay, so maybe this will be my last. From Sidi Kubari time and anti-Dina time, no part. But there's one essential thing now, a boy union. Omani are very attractive to young, musicians, especially in the first term. The second term, this affection be back across. But in the first term, it was super attractive to young, musicians. We know young musicians, they don't see music as an attractive entity. I know they may know, but you agree to it. The efforts being our administration will put in place to ensure, say, the Sarkodiyes, the Stone Boy, the Shatawalis, music and nobody can move we pull you close to the union.
It's a very, very, very good question, because we need them, and we also have to make sure that they need us. We need them because at the moment they are the ones that are trending. But some time ago, there was the Pat Thomas and Co trending. Some time ago, there was the 1,000 and Co trending. And these people, some of them, like Sidi Kubari, Madam Diana Hobson, they all used their time to come and serve with the union, to try and move the union forward. Where are the young people? That is why we need them to come and see what is happening. Who idea be a men fence nephia Fabre MUSIGA. me feel say sadia we mu yen say be ko enim ne but join here ne yen ko enim because I answer now at the moment only few musicians are making it. And as I speak, so there are a lot of musicians who are holding the fourth. On point, and MUSIGA is looking out for them in their own ways. There are certain bargains when we are going to make bargain for now. We need the A-list artists, so we are going to try and reach them. I mean, you can say we have someone like Samini is a member, Kofi Kinata is a member, Famille, Blacko. They are all our members. So we are going to meet them, and then we will group them. And then make sure there you want to relate to my hand to other benefit and one and the union and the grassroots in Kwarano, you know, on Ukraine because why a BBA another person on here them knowledge and how did you do this? You know, you organize seminars what about when you want bekasa, you know, ne ye kwen nti be abofra baby or ye penyin obeka and I'm sakwa there do. A simple obeka wo MUSIGA and amana basa. And see, to answer your question, for me, I stand there for the young ones. And going round the regions, you know, I realized that the kids are into the digital world. And see, a queen bia yebobwa my digital I don't know will grow to a level that will be benefiting. You be na me sure that you tum ye the A-list artists so they will come and join to make it more attractive. But don't forget obuane time now academic music is attractive now. And you know, we all supported and made sure say inyama orkwe.
Okay. Nene, microphone and Mintio. Any question be for Bessa?
Oh, okay. Lady Di, welcome. You might have forgotten about me, but in those days, GBC, Mama, you narrow way theater. Okay, we were acting. If anything, TV theater, you know. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. The only thing I want to say, you know, is partially to hammer on a question. The last question he answered beside, because just yesterday, Mini Obi Kasai. Or I'm also a big member of Moe, you know. And I'm a Bisan say, I just don't want to mention the person's name because he's not here. Bisan say, you also deserve to lead MUSIGA one day. And what are your plans? Asema Okan say, I don't want to sacrifice my image. Bisan Sadin. And no say attempt the DNA, you know, those kind of things and so the question is, we are talking about unity. How confident for these 48 years of MUSIGA from 75 to today? And they are drew this level of people are not too confident because they think somebody will insult them, somebody will do this. What are you doing to let your own members have greater confidence in not only being a member but serving with you guys? That's what.
That's I'll start from somewhere and get to your point. When we say if you are breaching, we're going to breach pa. But it got to a point I was coming home. Me buy me try say me settle. You know, one twin settle in Ghana just like that. Then me settle. You know, I'm out for where is ma? Oh, Charlie, MUSIGA. Them they chop money. MUSIGA they chop money. Oh, they chop money. Let me say how the church oh these people they chop money. Obian mama reason yeah. And she was becoming madam for people. I thought that they can give me reasons to, you know, put me arrest, you know. So I went to the office. Them time and luckily, and you know, a young president or a Madam Diana Hobson, no, a president. So I went to see her. And I'm crying an executive secretary. And I told them that, oh, and some what is going on here? And she explained. And so I realized straight away there, music is when you I mean, it was depending more on, you can say, dues and things. One time, you know, And I mentioned there are a lot of unassessed grants. We should apply for it. And we applied for more and we got some. You know, moving and forward kakra. And chamusumo to mark there, them easy chale. Mkasham kwana baby neja. Mutro be, me shop be, me BB, then my music, I have my own studio, me call me yama and I'm coming. But something dawned on me because Madam Hobson, me calling us, Sisi Akrapo, Willie Roy Wage, and see, would you like to become the acting welfare executive? And I'm saying, maybe from Kakra. And I told my family, and they said, well, if you want to serve, go and serve. Not knowing I somehow always knew Nazinya. And so I went there, I understood it from Diana, I understood it from Obo, you know, because you meet people. With music, you meet people and you learn. Nti me hu be a ede fom ni ade na ade me so obi ofi abrechi ba wo nyoma nya ya abrechi style ye kan osu say ye kan osu say by say what ase na we nti for the guy to say that any image no obey you know we have to strike a balance me dream say kwan bia ye be fa so a wonni mo bia wodidi na tem by heart no ye betwe so efisu say nyina ye tase de we are working for one thing. And like I said, my aim is to find
senior sikani senior sikani ubia unim no bedidi na kwan ben so say na mo be no say na wo ye no
and make us say ye be seminars we will talk about unity, what it really means. Say we can ku no ho a sa na ye ama obi pede obe server what I said so yakwara he's the future leader. Nti oba ohwe de ekoso amasenyanum yentumi ayen no ba wetum wayen papa no hu de iku no so onye ku a ode ye hwe ma osai ode ye make sure the nkrofo wo ye wo all the time. Nti oyaza ye be ye hu adwuma kase ama why you attractive to the point there we a member you are proud.
Okay, Tilly, microphone and I'm into on some. Yeah.
MUSIGA phone, I think say yeah, can't be a me need to deal. Me need only to deal with music and one maybe because anytime be a mock some election, you say, oh, that be court, finally, I could go into no congratulations to you.
That's
me one day, I think say ever since. I think when Mr. Kusawaja have a conversation on radio before, and the fact that you want to restore the image, the good image of MUSIGA, but I also think say the approach to a bit dicey because young ones no. Only young artists now they are the future of music. If hopefully Moshe say there will be the future of the association, and these are the people that will have to come and take the mantle, want to be actively involved. But I think the problem is that a concerning omono MUSIGA is mute about it. It's not about necessarily sitting down with Sako dear Stoneboy Shatawale. When they see that MUSIGA is concerned about things that bothers them. And you want to also come from because church once you are doing the thing that they see some MUSIGA they are being active and they are being you won't have to call Stoneboy to come and want to be part, or you don't have to call an up and coming artist to want to know a bit more about MUSIGA. There's been so many things happen to an artist. I was hoping that at least when they say at least show some form of sympathy, MUSIGA, the entity itself, to show that at least your dream. But the association has been the union has been very quiet about it. Whenever an artist says that, oh, I don't want to be part of MUSIGA, I feel like yes, MUSIGA hasn't been there for them in any way, whether they are members or not. The general well-being of the artist. Typical example was one thing I think say a border artist for a very long time. FDA in common how a bomb go artists they are trying to even collectively do something. But me, I keep saying, say, collectively, they are unsure and Kosiaga, but the unions, no, any penny phone down, the union, more power more, or more power behind these things, and certain things are in Rabia more pass, no. I feel like if there was MUSIGA was or Muchinamonas when they were active, I mean, there should be some form of consultation with them, how it will affect the musicians itself. But you have been very quiet about all these things in your border. What is the artist? We contract. Because also contracting. I think so. Could be some contracting. But these are things that in the last 2 years leading to now, your young artists. These are artists that you are trying to target to target the next generation of artists. But they go through problems, and MUSIGA is nowhere to be found. Now so akwana besi hana ya kebia in samba yentemunka. And it's not about the fact that you have to call Sarkodie Shatawale Black Sheriff or whatever it is, but I think that generally the outlook of MUSIGA and yefe, we don't see you being concerned about things that bothers the artists. But I feel like once that thing we see them artists in who you don't have to call them. They now want to be part because they know that asema adena mujina mukwamo monon. Ebe benefits you in future, and if they want to be part of, they will join. Also, another thing, how does one become a member of MUSIGA? Is it just a musician, or do you have to be a right owner before you become part and probably enjoy anything that comes with MUSIGA? Please, our education, a bit to me up. Me
that's a part. When you do, what you did me see and then you my main car some back home. I've never seen the whole country enjoy of MUSIGA finishing with their elections. So who's out there? You're trendy big time. And look around the community. I just said, you know, you and MUSIGA dear Adrian and Naso. Now there are two things. MUSIGA your members be on more, and they are working for MUSIGA. Hey, Ufra Nadri Ivia Ombeba. And they are holding the fourth. Yes, sir, ye kofre almost omumbra. Muhammad Obompaya Mountain number no kuomuho. A work is also. So we will reach them and tell them exactly what is happening. I have been the one for the young musicians, not only in Accra, across all the regions. My core regions, music election, my core across Ghana 3 times. Sometimes we fly, sometimes we drive. The last one I go, you know, with the VIP. Chale, me do because muhunam ya ya. Ba obesuma no obesum. The one thing we are doing, if we manage to succeed, is the digitalization. Where everybody will be compelled to join the union. Because on here papa. Se see no ye nyoma bebre manually. Etwem. It's a sent bibia more phone so last I wanted to do something with CD baby. My area. Sana, this is what we are fighting. And the youngsters, believe you me, they understand because me call Salaga. Let me start to say American. We cry me phone. Miss Uber to do phone. I say MUSIGA you're fully digital. Won't you say baby work of forms? What phone to send? You remember? Inti young age my papa. And if you so when you say we are quiet now, in some people are kind of very, very nice, but you are basing your argument on hearsay. It's not the true fact. It's not your fault. It's just because MUSIGA is being quiet. And the artisan is loud. It's loud and strong out there. And see, what we are going to do, we are going to work with the media, and I mean it. Your friends say, ye be benefiting musicians. Ye be ma obiati wo radio, especially Peace FM. And they may get to crash abba. Ne ya kamwasam because ya more on one tia. Say a young musician be able win him or to win him. Or say, oh, me yare. And then me new can say, meba, obi friend me bonity, or sure yare. First time we are MUSIGA member, so that you me nya crying by ye. Because Oko radio say you can say, Uku MUSIGA, almost a you until we are a crowd to me a hospital. Na here soon as I say, no yejuma. Massa information Oko out. Younger musician ye target one. What inti yenyi media ne be yedwuma papa my messages are out. Emphasis say ye pensions. I will invite you to some of our meetings, talking to the young ones about pension. Ube can't be no. Obi why pension. Yakofa experts in Mamaba. But we have to find a way around it. Moi, Mukasa, young musicians, we need you to get these messages out there.
Besa,
yeah.
Meaning, Tilia Semo Bisasa Otina Siepa, and I agree with her 100%. Especially say Maya Quiet, and this I think the second time we should term be phrase be I will say the artism is loud. But so betting at Twaswamia. We say artism is loud and the MUSIGA is silent. I said, that's about the second time.
No. Okay.
Yeah, we repeat it again.
Artism no.
Who can be about say the hearsay?
Yeah. Hearsay because young fan say have me be so question. Say musician be ba. We be say musician be why they are not a member of MUSIGA. We be say be that.
Oh, so many times, but
I don't want,
say. Yeah, no, but I don't want to drift.
Okay,
but
thank you. Anything America say?
No, but me jump a semna tilly beside.
Okay.
And why I say 100%. There are so many things that AC or my hanum saying, and this age now woman, but it's not about yena yenti because it's your own fast. Untimin fast see. If we ask baby edunia fast see. Radio and social media be pure so. In fact, when your background or down, just a movie say baby secure a PA na man for can. So untimin fast see. In some way see, and specifically I can about FD Asemwa celebrities ban on alcohol endorsement in this idea up till now ebia MUSIGA and ebi crowd the court MUSIGA nya ho hwe na nsen ya anyomtofo yeah demonstration anyomtofo mde omhu kodwi mu ebi twabo mu as if say well you celebrity you don't have a say MUSIGA mon kan ho hwe ni edi anyomtofo na tem this. So he's saying that things that borders on this, especially these young artists, then MUSIGA at your mind mon kashi when people are talking and it borders on musicians, concerns musicians mon kashi. That is what she's talking about.
Okay, and I think what I said is what is happening. Media if you say media a cover way because your musicians kogu your koho your bon de, and so I expect say you be trouble and as I say media no so at the papa no yes say e be SD FDA for ade ya cho letter come on but say the be papa to obi kra and let me ko obi catch him say MUSIGA ye new office remember MUSIGA ye new office we are done obi say MUSIGA new office wa bra ye office into artisam because somebody is standing somewhere saying say MUSIGA in the office.
Oh, they told him. Oh, they fast. You see,
when they are mature,
there be fast. When you put information bad on thing, we have press, and like I'm saying, say and ne. Untimin fast see.
Oh, and they mejitum. Untimin fast see. But as some now,
for instance, what they told him. What they told him. What they call him.
Our daily guides and bloggers, everything. I can send you copies. Bloggers, baby.
General term. If you say
your bloggers already and some abonting.
Yeah, like who?
Oh, I mean, your Ghana news, your graphic and showbiz, your daily guide. You don't conform to that one. Now, what is MUSIGA IABB?
No.
Thank you. And you to us here. So my point is, and I will insist. The hearsay no. Uti hearsay who say hearsay to bet me the acquire news. Na me tena hearsay ya make say we is based on hearsay. For example, be ba say pa say MUSIGA mu new office. Wa bra me nim say your office me come every day. Na what kind of thing change some so no kwar. Na say me GD because social media o wenti. If you are obvious you can tell this is true. This is say but if you are na hadwene. But I mean it. Artisanal has been louder than MUSIGA. MUSIGA fault. I'm not blaming them. We are finding a better way to be more transparent, to the zero tolerance. Ne yenyi media phone in sama papa no yetume hu say we make a wakwa abonte man krofate. amechine bi obi ba radio station now kind of oh me person me join MUSIGA because you see treasurer no appear entire pink and yellow shirt too much. You know, no I can't say no winning their MUSIGA bet me I am. You know, now I can't MUSIGA because almost will hold the fort, no. They also have their grievances. Say assembly ba say you show woman to because they are not popular enough. And someone won't hold the fort, no being brembedi. Inti oh yeah a balance a be say make sure say yeah.
Okay. Yeah boy. Microphone and I'm into you. Right? Me say then we send you with someone we now say oh should be sign.
Mr. Besasa Wakasapa, but I think his questions and person me touch on not native. But also Wakasana, I think so I will go back again. You keep saying say hearsay na doso and institution I quiet. But I'm saying we also Wakasana in one of your submissions who make his statement. We said they are workers omo institution permanently amutuyom. Me person we say music or PR a year omo demonsem, you know, and be communicate money yana.
I can fast some ba. Yes, MUSIGA you him PRA section. Yes,
functional.
It is functional, but let me say it hasn't been effective.
Okay, so
Besa MUSIGA or PR. More PR.
Yeah. Exactly.
It doesn't. That just say Juma.
Juma papa. What the papa can want?
Me say me go kase wo boasisi a me nya asem.
Juma papa.
Me say me go kase wo boasisi a me nya asem.
Hey, William
because
akwesi William Bosco.
And me person me say.
Thank you.
Na chese Juma no wo mu nye ni yie. Because say if
Bosco post in a PR.
But just say
Bosco post in a PR.
So is it?
I know now keep your one. You taking you? Who now keep your one? Papa Auntie was a special project.
And communication.
Yo.
I just say Ejuma woho because a huge problem is say an institution yet trusted your musicians. I mean, if musicians are supposed to have some level of trust and confidence in this association, now association better now not near man for can and never fly. As a man for beka yenya no ye bia, then it's a big problem. I just say Juma Mubeyena is running zero because if it cannot be communicated for the people to understand and see the value of music, then you targeting these young musicians and what, excuse me to say, will be a useless venture because onya any man that conviction say I need to join this institution because you can't reach out to them and talk to them. This is what we are doing, but it doesn't even guarantee they'll come. They need to see the results of the effort you are putting in. Send na kono say obe joining and they are not making say I bother on that, you know. Now who can be about welfare of musicians. You spoke about say be a musician be cheating and the idea music is supposed to come in. You spoke about the legal backing for these musicians near the adeno. And until you busa a question be, but then I think you didn't really give an answer to the question. So I will rephrase it. The until you can't say yenti shade yamu yet Nancy say musicians cannot even endorse betting. They can't do FDA alcohol, any man. But I think you didn't really give a specific answer. So I'll rephrase the question, which is these musicians that are being cheated, these musicians that are having legal issues, some with the record label, some of them, they are robbing off them what they are entitled to know. What has MUSIGA done about it? Because I have not. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. I have not. I'm yet to see.
No. But don't even count
trimu. Me afe na me ba be hu anase me hu say e be a musician be a yenim so mo problem this legal whatever e be a music ka be mu ababe kan bibi say ya address the issue no say na kwako see oh ya frɛ two parties involved ye ni o matena say ya kasa I don't mean hu nte da me hu da Ain't not these welfare of these musicians here. And until ya chun diary 5 years. I feel na yankupon abrewe yi puma kwa ama afe vote in your president. Welfare no. No, I could see say because
okay, me that's pa. Dia Oka no matiwase papa. And this brings me to where obia only music ho hwe. And believe you me, nyensem nyina betum de out abonten. Obi yare yakohwe no na ye. Obi ni operation yakwa yemfam beto abonten. Iku bi anyesa. Enti nyensem nyina betum de out abonten. But before any elections, what did they cause? Elections numbers on what
elections they never be break.
What did MUSIGA, the new MUSIGA now? Yeah, in your mind, yeah, towards and some babontin. Into what year? Election before Babanu, yeah, they were home pa. And then young performance. I know a lot of people across region bia on one hand. So percentage you see how big it is. We call Ashanti region. Inti ya young age when you say if in a year best started.
But that has to do with
elections. No, it's news. Let the elections here take a craba. Oh, yeah, easy.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No. We have to say we see Muntishi. And America say
because again tissue regarding this musicians and now and yamana artists problems are name say some of the musicians have in the industry.
Matthias, DNA help musicians. You tell me just one thing that maybe
are we having this conversation?
No, because a piano they are canoe. That's not what musicians need.
Mami Musa. Musicians bang sa and I say artists bang sa and a bia one more encounter problems my friend money or matina say I can't enya results.
Oh my God.
That's what he's saying.
No, where you are saying Bebre, it's we are can from better one thing. And America said, no, you're from better one thing. We have an arbitration committee that have worked, solved many problems. Some they could,
okay.
Exactly. Nyasem nyane to me yakora me penny. Nti nyasem bia na me beba better abonte. Asem bi wo ho wo keep music o mo ye nyoma bebre. Ya hwem penifo bebre, ye sie penifo bebre. Ya gi nyoma bebre ama musicians.
Enti ma asem busa me busa chato.
Enti banyani nyina.
Okay. Ela mo beba better. Enti assuming say e be a young musician bi ana obi sa e be on in a record label. Our issues be and because you said something like antina ma mebusan because I had ya
can be brave.
Maybe person mebusa say myself for the sake of omo a wo munimo no. Me person mebusa say as you say me artist I be am assigned to Tilly record labels what am I say na bia menya issue bia me person mebusa say can I just walk up to MUSIGA and say that say ni and I am sure say MUSIGA be di echire I'm making sure say their assembly done there was say a ton it's successful.
Matthias yeba esida yes settle cases da me kura me settle be enti oyada okodo day to day and don't forget me groom young musicians enti I always tell them to believe in contracts. I tell them how to comport themselves and so many things. But musicians are 1 year members. Introduce that they come to the office for their matters to be settled. Obi wa we settle it amicably. You advice when you have to become a member because in services in one share and it's geared more towards members, people of good standing. And point to know. Enti Mauricano matters, but them can yes, but young musicians, I'm assuring you today at Peace FM. In your summer, a member and your member, MUSIGA's arms are open wide, bra. You beck and was a mammo. Nemo ye or they join MUSIGA. I'm a chinebi, a tomb at Sinyama or Kodu when I say. Ne enwude nyama papa pi gwa kwen mo about my benefita we so ebi wo ho wa enwuma on hit ebi ana onyim how to write lyrics ebi wo ho onyim how to use sensible melodies nti yetumi kyerɛ one free of charge o nti bom sɛ nyimpa
your sensible melodies no there
crazy me kyerɛ wo betua ka
me say yes you dey tie for sua
crazy me music teacher me nkrofo ba
kyɛ sɛ wɔn kan kwasasɛm onwum
melodies there here wait boy crazy say dey me kyerɛ escafo no
sensible na kyɛ sɛ wɔn kan kwasasɛm onwum no
no melodies ne was sensible melodies
beat ne nyansa ni man
eso beat o melodies here
how
they were used
but your sensible no can of antim near her
sensible the translation
they me trying say kwese when do re mi fa so lati do do la fa re su ti mi la fa mi re do ti re do. This makes sense, you know. But if you ti la ti ma ti and we nonsense melody.
Bessa Simons, that's newly elected MUSIGA president. We studio no hanon say na me be any MUSIGA and come on ye see because I mean yentimi ndini nyina net at least net we hu anyama ni bia opese obeye ma union no ne ni suade hu nyama ode esi ni so how opese osesa ekuo no eni media minigidie wom minigidie se besa betimi abibia senior MUSIGA enim no saa pepe saa na betie me dia American ye opa onti asia me boro anod na sem no kona ko hage transformer super ben na hage me se me nigidie senior MUSIGA enim saa pepe saa na beye saa enkonkosi saa vajo say okay make asemo me say MUSIGA senior minim saa na ebeye
dabi se de kase ebesisa any more positive
I know who person me kasa ba me ntimi nkasa ko person me kama adwin
me back say assemble ko me person me although say abobo so aba say me nya convinced with the answer this Emra the aba say celebrities into me and don't say alcohol but ye to me offer celebrities from your neighboring countries emomu be endorse me person me who say etemu say celebrities omo wa no omo losing this because mind you these celebrities that are being picked from these African countries are still people that have influence on Sai Kolani ebi aye bo mo hu ban wa ha na ebi aye celebrities no oma anye we ya na che say ebi oma kwako affect you omo with alcohol and blah 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 blah. These celebrities almost in Nigeria near they be endorse alcoholic beverages e Ghana hano. These youth in this country are equally in love with these celebrities as well. Ain't you know me person me who say MUSIGA like do you think it's the right thing?
Meba efa he hu pa efa me hu pa em just efa me hu kra chen. And we are doing something about it because then there are legal issues. So be issues are there too one. But of late, you know, to be honest with you, we had to relax a bit and make our house, you know, stable. And I promise you, we'll be going back to it. And we are going to. And you promise, it's just one of those. I say we because your friend says, "Me Yamen charge a minimum and trend casimo, but kitwe be point no. Until be you see minimum, no many more money. Miss me pescapa, many more money. Do you think I would like to lose? No. Until ye because it does not help where a foreigner can advertise, you know, alcohol. And it's okay to be played. Ne yen crop for no. Ye be doing
okay. Nene minim who's our church say be apese o can be bibio man.
Just one bit.
Okay. All right. Let me
from my personal observation, no, I see Bessa as a peacemaker of a sort. I see him as somebody who is a team player and he's doing everything within his powers to make MUSIGA more attractive than he has come to meet it. Questions are till ni my sister no bitano. Ni response no say the organization is actually working but on the quiet. I think say T4 nyaya and or the figures be better just say between January and April he resolved 25 cases. Not necessarily mention them. Once the secretary is also here. Manfua, omuye see aya discipline womu 9. Womu aya help womu 50. Maybe those figures alone will make a thief one. I say they are actually working, but just a new be to me and for details and to I think that's my only observation.
Over to you, Besa.
I am the day. I could say that. My new secretary, newly elect a secretary, Kofi Ajiman, SDA musicians president.
Oh, yes, so much more than papa. Yes, I saw no much more than papa. Yes, I saw no. Yes, I saw so much more than papa. Nicolas Omania champion the kind.
Secretary, what? More by you bring your data today. What we've been talking about. Sad data seen say yenya. First beboa. As a cry I'm there, slow in getting into is collecting data, and putting them there now. Because you see a cry no, you start to say digitize papers in your more office war. It's a bit slow, but as I say, but sad data where we can beboa panke nunia, they are trying to war. Then to be when they are come out some paper. We'll take that on board and make sure it works.
Okay, I know we need to be a person that can because you didn't come on by BC, but before I come on BC, say made it to just former president, my musician union of Ghana, MUSIGA, Dinah Hobson, Ewa Hanum say Sansuna, newly elected church former Ekuno, and so SK Ajman, so Ewa Hanum saying, so my mama. Dinah Hobson and can be big a crime. Sure, say what time we team common be a kama metie Dinah Hobson. Then na mama Kofi Ajman so akabi. Dinah akwaba. Na we the outage so amukasa na je wo na. Asemu.
Meda pamfon so nyina ase. Yeah, metie mo pa. And I would thank God for your lives. Dear mo ama industry no. Now, Mesanso Amma, current president, no more acting, president of MUSIGA, industry, no more uncles Kakra Okahun, Uncle Besta Simon, Memano, congratulations. Mekai Emra of Trimbayana, may try apple will be able to meet you know, Nambisan, Uncle Besta Obejana, or say, Auntie Dina, or Kakra Murunui. Now, Uncle Besani mannerism binum na se oka fantene ya na obeka say ye former president at Mills ne hunsio kakra e wo no ho and ne kra nsiye and me bon paye say we rain no e be ya asumdwe ete say ni rain bibia beko totin na eba union na MUSIGA wo institutional support edma professional musician bia na sa role no untimi enyi emfi musician abrabom enu ntina MUSIGA ho hia no esan say ebeji atum say oh nipa we oye professional musician na institution e di adanse a beji watum sa any MUSIGA ena eba say wo ye professional no ebia wakra wo instrument bi aba port esi tua duty bebre say de na kire say wonye obi keka wo de instrument aba wo beton ni ade sa time no na wo behia union ne support we no fi ho a wo betu kwan ni ade a gen institution be na kire say oh nipa we oye musician ampa enti no union MUSIGA won institutional role o play enti no obi biara we professional musician no etwa say wo dum kuo no for wa wo good enu nti na kuo no hia na yi say advert de ne betting de na omo kan na me pese me kakakra e de fo ho on say artist bia no ye role models for the society de ye beka de ye be hye de ye be num in fact say de ye ya de mpoemmofra no esua enti no suban ana bibi biara se nipa ye broso ebe ma na abrabo akọchiw no eni se nipa wo gina ho obi ahwa wo saa no udi ho adanse enu nti na saa emra no ewo ho enti me ne wo ye adwen se Ghana artist ye ma omunya eye wrong say ye be ma amanone stars a ye nim wo mo ha so abeden abeye because yes ana na say a defeaty purpose no cry enti kakra na me pese me
okay all right that's Dinah Hobson mamema Kofi Sombrem Kofi mamenti you na I'm sure say kakra so far our president and former president so aka newly elected general secretary nya so de beka ho
yo uncle medose akwanya mode amayen e wo sa dwumadi kesi so say meche atiefo safe na mekasa
ya jos
nchia kese ne na ase na yede ma won butai chima itimidi dwuma kese na medie no president akani nyina na de ba akopɛ na mehye mukna
okay
de ye kan nyina twa bi se communication PR is very very important ewo ye union ye adiye mo o hwa America kra twam no na ye wo haw kakra entimi enkase ni haw so we constitution no kra na position ma fasisi na as secretary no general secretary no wo na esa wo hwe se communication PR adwuma na a part of your responsibility na enyina di adanse se etoche kakra enunti the America ama media hye yenyina nkran ne se senior president edika aka no ye be hye yen PR ne communication no mu din ye be hye mu kana na no na mete eya na me hwe Arnold Mowo entertainment program wo yana na adwo no na bibi koso na music adin bam na menya nka me wo ho na nka metima yi ano nyame na bua me na oka bi ma yen kakra enti na afa ho atome seriously oka bi ma yen kakra fe na makoma atome yam sa brai wa kan asemi bi ama yen basa na ese sana me wo ho a nka metima chechire mu mo edi de ye kwa ni mu de behwe ne se nka even panel bi atisese no anye bia no mumma MUSIGA sene akoye entertainment industry
ambajo MPP ni
dabi nya MPP ni mumma emu bi ngom na ensem bi bo ha matimi abisa ne akyerem ne ayeko na me catch to be say ye bemma ye niam aye nyina no adedi
but I am among storm radio ni TV station
yes yenka ye yes oh yes I had say na me dey to animu say ne say mo frɛ uncle ni sananka you bi o ha de bia one mo ye adwuma no a esan say MUSIGA na sunti nsem bebre ba entertainment industry no ma fa ye ho na ye hia obi a owom na obetima kyerɛ aka asem no korɛ na ama ye nyina yetimi akɔ ni
but mama nchira de radio ni TV dwumedie no because now okay na ebeto obi asum that's not how it is done
okay
I the current year nyesa na say wo so omoti he no bia no wo ne wo mu any informal expertise into omoti ase
okay
so we don't have to necessarily say you be MUSIGA representative na one can be more because omoti an nka bi ma obi they speaking the objective minds of insem idea to John Oka but asem for MUSIGA ho na no na Robert Simon ni hanum say no ni ha but asem ba ye frɛ no
okay
nti asem ma na say MUSIGA for MUSIGA ho ni esese ya na say ye mama kwanya no ma ba be chechim but not necessarily MUSIGA ba panel that's not how we panel anyone who had that correct our doctor for because say mama your representative footballers make mama representative but that's not her but asem bi fa ho na ba kin to be objective and fair impartial and sanya no will give you the opportunity say also be count there
no correct
but your sanity
this apepe na me so be say me kasi no me da so ode manu asi enti ni nyina mu no ye beda mo ase mo kwakura ye musa na edim se ekuo no de niema president aboboso no ye hye mo bo se ebeye adwuma
okay
ebeye adwuma
enti se bia bibi bana se fa MPP4 ho a MPP4 don't have to storm the studio
no da bi
no an say omo communication team akwenya no ba no so metimi aka bi so kiwa asem we pese e kan sa ne ye no enti MUSIGA ye adwumadie na sansem no wenye yi a wa utimi kwesi enkomo ya ekoedie bibi mpesem kebi ebi o ada na hopes utimi to me nkra da bia besa o me normal nti bibia obetimi ato me nkra mpacho me nkofa MUSIGA mrantie say ye ko studio akobu kosi abagene ni mrantie sa pepe but Papa ni say SG foot mu adin papa.
Enye no kresa, enye no kre. Ene de da ho fro e be ka ho asem yie pa be da ase.
Sanete. Me pese ye music and common no. And common no dos yentimi nini na ende. Me sure say besa se sisia no. Me si music no se ne tie no sa na ebe sa pepepe. Me the music a minim se ne omsi yo mniama. Dana hopes inti ha sei. Me hu Sidi Kubuari se ne omaye omniama. Dana bedi ade, obuo bedi ade. Ene eduru besa so. Send you almost in fact, if you cry, no almost you, I didn't cry cartel or my lineage, no more media dear, no more media dear, no, a hand, baton, they do so and near handy over the amount. Me nisa, and no honum de minini, but me say send your music a yo mano because here music here and Kenya be na a wobe ye be a boy, yes, or do a shubo be the vra ye kunum na chese. Me free some person who music on the level to say TUC no money some of these unions Ghana Medical Association some to say music kasa person who's are buying say are buying a transi anyom to for omu like omu tumi omu o man hanum say no but ni omu dey na dey into omu union and music omu dey nya dina ne in fact nya besa brubrusu eno debi me feel say union no me I want to see musician union of Ghana just as I said say some of these associations need union say be almost see musica that's the level I want to see musica. I don't want to music union now. I say now, yes, Debbie. And they can say, I want to see they should be able to shake when music speak. Na Ghana tidy music will come. And now, I'm going to make home in turn on my corner. Music, one more cassa, and do it. Oh, man, one more cassa and go via. We say music a cassa.
Oh, we know.
We
a member because of Ejuma we know.
No na de be kuli
now de kasa no. Fabric because we a member e sign Ejuma we yet. Enti no we now for 4 obia odidi enyum so enyum ho no odi nyum ye adwuma no we a union member.
No, enya TUC members
Mr. President
TUC I'm saying say besa that is the level we want to see music.
The entertainment reviewers ni nyina omu didi wa nyum ho na omu fa some vibrancy
ana the American no mu hu ni sa
kwese na me pesa wo de sa ahoden no wo de be dum akuo no ano ai enti no se mo a kasa ho a mo didi ho no mo de mo ho hye mo a ye be ya no ye mo be duru ba mo tenatena sena mo hye yen artist no nko ade a ye ndu ho enti no ye fa kwan so wa na wo de aba mo a mo didi mo na mo kra na mo wa no no mo fa mo njim na ye ntimi ndu bebi ase edu
kwesi yin bibia
da bi o
asama ka sisia no muhu de oye nkranhye kran o kan no brofo e baze encouragement. You are encouraging us to do more. You were a advocacy for better conditions of service for musicians.
Okay.
And when the come asam but Rome was not built in a day. Saturday omo aye kodu baby e se e de kwayenim dia wo kan de ye nkranhye and I will take your word on it. And we will fight towards that direction.
Okay.
Amayekasa, Crofetian. At the moment, people are listening to us, but we want them to listen to us more, especially something that will benefit musicians. And now, Ghana for Ghana government nankasa.
Okay.
Me menya kade me pede musicians when you ska. Kwambia sa wo kra na ebeja mo ye beba abeji. But kwezi mama fa he na manda wo panel yase.
Okay.
Questions that will be said is so relevant, especially I mean, Messiafu young, a member 2 year old. There will be some very relevant questions. As I said, ebue nipa na adwene mo hu exactly what to do about issues be wa bother the entertainment industry. Madam one say, I know madam was say, and then my big brother here. Very, very wonderful man. Thank you very much. Me hope the was a question that was it. There and the Afro music for my abba. Ne, mamenda music for you now. Musicians so Ghana now. My arms are open wide. Musicians union is for you. Please come and join. Bring all the best ideas that you have. Fabra, they bet me you would office say yanse nukra fabra because it be an kia. You hear the book him. You don't want you nas ne fear we're talking about nkabom unity. Mummy together because at the moment yenyiska and so yano zen yanhwehwe kwana yebenya kwan yensika gugugugu baby yenyi mi be say yebagije we may together na yehu kwana yebagije ne sika na akọ the right owners na sika ko one wa ko but my key word is digitization. Okay, that's where we're going.
Okay, now I mean we saw before we go crack. So MUSIGA kono more administrators and more executives near muna more running day to day of union, Senator.
Very important. We lost our administrator, and to say I mean you can say after Tuesday. We're going to advertise for an administrator because MUSIGA Jumano Nyamina me administrator. We have a proper professional administrator. I don't know a day to day. Was me the menim kakrano me they represent MUSIGA but they have to convince me said yeah quiet no ebe work here ebe na mo here so man Tuesday a very big day. I don't know what swear all the executives across all the regions. Okay. Obia any day Tuesday. Ne ya swearing the new president, the new executives, at all levels. Ne ya ne jumana start. Ne jumana ayetin. It's masterman. When you now one boy one supporting ne yentumi ye jume ma on fam puntu mbra musicians one life him. But the one I say.
Yes, I think for most part of the opposite way with MUSIGA now, no. I think so. Digitalization. What about digitalization? At least for the first 2 years, and as our first term, no. Then, are you focusing on distribution side and publishing side? And I say because the OKN is about how they can upload. And to me, I think say if MUSIGA this day and age is focusing on how musicians can upload and calling it digitization as part of the biggest problem that musicians face. No,
Pacho. Asama who came and who said we name here Jumano.
Okay. Okay.
Uploading your song is I'm not going to go to the nitty-gritties. They are making kind of straw.
No, okay, so salaga. And I'm going to how to upload.
No. We are some baby, as I said that.
Okay.
You can't digitization or a different story. As soon uploading your music, you might download now with it's all through the digital age. Henry America. Into your digitization, copyright almost dear different, but it's in the same digital space. Gamro almost dear different. It's the same digital space. Music and NGG royalties. Into the moment you conflict that in the music and say you call digital to make sure say him bibiano is digital. Yeah, you between a church idea. Here members are in the digital space. Biography will be one-on-one. Every region is in there. It makes it easier for accessibility. Website will be in there. You can. It's a one-stop shop for every Gamu one day. They will do their collections digitally. Yeah, but Peace FM say yeah, Beji, yeah, Bisun Besuno. Gamu knows how much Peace FM is going to pay, how much Hate FM is going to pay, how much everybody is going to pay. Who will name? Honestly name. Pa is done. This is what I'm talking about. Say artist onye or Gamwa. Today I'm a member of PRS. Digitally I can know how much I'm making. No point to know. And once Gamu have their fully digital, no, it makes it easy. This is what I am talking about. We have to encourage you, help you, to achieve what you're supposed to achieve to help the everything you do, you have to find the first step. Once you find the first step, the second step will come. Nti na meka say who say asem bia meka say Ghana yende no wo fi say Ghana yende ama yende anche kofi wan shan for ne juju bebrebe yentumi Aisha America for ne America wonyi juju bakupo. This is on the news side.
Oh no. I understand you. I really understand you.
With us, Papa, that's Bessa Simons there, right here. And we're entertainment review. My man Nana, that's the newly elected president of my Musicians Union of Ghana, MUSIGA. What's your name? The General Secretary, that's Kofi Ajimai, and former president of my MUSIGA. So Diana Hope saying, we studio no saying, you see how I'm saying, come on, na niaka near the actors. We are so break me wait me the MUSIGA and come on the account. But my main fast I can say so from my MTN. Na me
John Oka na say.
Pacho ein.
Aha. Ya from Philip, na me frɛ fi MTN. Sesia na ehunu sɛ obi ama no sika. Na ye behia sɛ obɛbɔ wo pin number no. Na boa me yetumi de sika na to account no mu.
Any of the ba.
Share or dada wo. MCIGA say MTN baby sa se fa mo pin Momo. Ni etie biara and fa mo pin enchiro biara da. So wan dwemu ntene wa. Emre bia hwe number e frɛ wo. MTN the number ba ko pɛ na esi wa. Omo de be frɛ wo. 0244 300,000. Show who so ye. Mo wani na ho. We are good together everywhere you go.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. The Mama praise the Lord. Hey, Pastor. Hallelujah. The treasure de who sit temu ya. Then we be on over according to our future.
Hey, Pastor, if we say me kunu fa mermaid do CB men's capsules. Na me so me no ma de CB women's capsules are. What I know? Any job be free pa.
Praise God, praise God.
CB men's capsules. A besa min pemu reye. Eni mi jun so mu yale. Eni oba so na ho kika na wo form no. Eni na yase a aya na ye ne ya na fichi problem no. CB women's capsules abeyini nyina free so.
Maye ka mesi mi dade mu nti. Me rapon ya na obefie.
Nka me nkwan.
CB men and women capsules. Susie Herbal Center Ghana man me madam say apinfo abatan wo mo manufo ne mofra wo ne mfie dumienu nka ho. Our pharmacies chemical and herbal shops nyina mu. Etufo frɛ Susie Herbal Center 0247 11 16 71. After 0246 57 87 50.
CB men and women capsules.
Ubadun so feel. Hey.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station.
Right, so yanto aso yanko in ewo yen komono na sema ye dey to aso on the movie industry says it's a shame Ghana has no nomination in this year's African Movie Academy Awards. Kofi Ajololo na Kofi Ajololo sinitreni no this as media to you about said it's a shame Ghana enya nomination bia wa African Movie Academy Awards and ansia womo ebeda ne di na ensem bia or the two just to quote him says I'm not happy. It doesn't make me happy, and actually I should be ashamed. Apparently I'm not a filmmaker, I'm not a producer, and this is so shameful. We have done films in this country since last year. Most of the films are not up to standard. It clearly shows, and this is it, because if they were up to standard, AMA would definitely nominate 1 or 2 films from Ghana. That's Kofi Ajololo. Like I said, these young producers, they don't have money to even produce quality movies. Movie making is money. They don't have it, so we don't have any good movie. And it's true. If they telling us, then it's a shame. End of quote. So Kofi Ajololo no kase Ghana ene abasbodie ejina honom say basinitwa edwuma no ye frɛ no African Movie Academy Awards no omo be eda no di nansi on be pa hontuma Ghana hanom say no nomination by Ghana yentimi nya ba kokra wom ene o kasa say we ntwa yi. In fact wa fede nenim say nani ewu poto ama Ghana. This answer nansi on hesini na this young filmmakers see omo ye ya. I see enya hom kakra tese enkoyi enjim tum se nyama enkoyi. Sasa mini e kwa mano suna ni Fifi Coleman actor, director, founder Fifi Coleman Productions. Ye no eni nkomo nyi kakra emfini ho. Asem ya Kofi kan. Se ye nya basebo de Africa Movie Academy Awards. Wasi ne ni hu senate. Fifi ya asem akwa baba entertainment reviews ye. So in the kind, I'm sure what story I can kind. We initial comment Beth saying okay and in Sama Kofi kind about say your nomination what this African Movie Academy Awards.
I mean, before the initial comment here, I mean, legend Kofi Ajololo, the passionate way or the kind. I would say, the woman industry in the money car, your kind in a 5 year economy. There are some valid points here. And those valid points, I think, say we should not just blow it over and look over it. Maybe ni sasika semani sinichamu ni ndieni adiano. And maybe almost every time I make a something say like sometimes we're running an industry where we have round pegs in square holes. I could do maybe semifa camera na semi kujina hana minyanko phone because the desperation and for somebody embassy no so to be a camera a very easy so binyan for say oh do me yen yen try ka go be yen esa say won try na kana wan compare dia wako news ani won ni no the oyama no say dia tibia wo fa na sa wo e wo say but the international standards they be a meta say mo say see a person compete with any other person yeah say standards then ya set they are limit say ya set say Juma ye ne share adamunye we ne sia ene beko ha we ne sia ni mo be dia tu ye ne be dia tu on the part of no sikata no kan say no credit kan e di ne we pray kana ne de ko fa kan no si e di tia good actors yika good directors yika any idea and only one part of it but the person is kind of here but they like very categorically say a good movie is not necessarily a big budget movie.
Okay.
Yes, there's so many movies that you be winning awards like our body try. So the Nema for good movie, it is selecting people. It does not necessarily mean that if you have money, you can do it. You can have the money and pump it into something. If your story is bad, direction is bad, actors are bad. Yes, if it's Kasana, remember your money, you can't quite money. In this same way, no, so now may give you say there's one thing with nominating because you're the choir and and I said no one submitted their movies for nomination. There are two things. There has been this thing with AMA, and it has happened quite. I think it was just recent 1 year you call it, and we are beginning to feel some kind of way about that award scheme.
Okay. And Mr. Owa, before I trust my we found two just years we reached out to AMA for no na yepesi agi yanchichi mu kakra fi omhon say but up to now yanti omonka enuti na bia akwakoba said but how they say my mintie nia woka no nia mo fa AMA ho.
There's been this thing with AMA over the recent years past about your ben nominee but over Nigeria, there is no way. Like Utumu clearly said, there was a point where we said that the award is just for Nigerians. That's it. It has been an award where constantly 95% of everything that is won at the award is by Nigerians. That's it. And they are just say we're organizing our own awards. We're calling it Africa Magic Movie Award. But then when you come there, yes, we are putting you as part of the inclusivity of the award scheme. But because here. Last year, and that's why Ghanaians don't go. I get it somehow. That is really you submit a movie for nomination. Rosalind, this I didn't know what Ghana had. Yeah, I forgot what category it was. She was nominated for an award, right? If you're gonna see a chairman, I'm a for the creative Obama, you post them and promote you go to an idea. And I'm about to cast a mistake, no on count. Am I a Bob Bonity or one of my celebrating or criminal you? If you imagine, say, as a nation, you go through this with your actors, few things in the movies that you do, and then it comes back from where you're not the passion, the ambition, say, you're person motivated for AMA.
So, Metuasia, now I said, more GDB said, Kwaya, Fasu, Yamano, and Ghana, I quite said.
Nope, at all. And if Ghanaians are not saying, that's what I'm very clear. Say because someone say, "Sana Kofi Kasana said Ghana for the call here." And a panel let's say someone say the movie didn't meet any standards. And I beg to differ. There were movies that were released last year that were very of high quality. With like Yvonne Omodio, whatever that were released, they were not bad movies at all, as compared to the same Nigerian movies that we are seeing. So I just want to know, I stand to be corrected. Did we actually send in movies on nomination that were not nominated or didn't get any placement or Ghanaians didn't tender in any movie, and that is why we are out? Because I do know for a fact that for the purposes of inclusivity and African Magic trying to find their foot in Ghana, there's actually a way to make sure that Ghanaians feel part of the whole community of African Magic. So even if movie they would select something to be part, so Ghanaians can also vote into it. So it doesn't look like it just came from Nigeria or some, Zambia, Gambia, the rest. This is where I'm coming from.
I see.
Kofi had a very good point that he made.
Okay. Now, interestingly, about quality of your movies, or Hanum Sino. Na in a WhatsApp chat, Kofi Kakra or the Bremi about this same Sankomo way, and now can be just let me read it to it for say. I was on set of one of the upcoming producers last week, and to my amazement, the light being used for the shoot were below standard. Furthermore, Android phones two Android phones were being used to capture the audio for the entire duration of the shoot. In fact, that's shamefully amazing. That's just a tip of what's happening on the ground. Say na what said to a woman trusting Sinana Muchana light na woman should trusting was below standard. And what can say Ebano a Kasana man for Kasan voice no audio now omo capture no 2 Android phones na normally capture the audio aspect of a sinina woman channel. Just a nyama e koso o kose to so a woman no enya dia so nipa so any kura Kofi can say Senator, is this what is going on? Adia quite saying a trusting our Ghana Hanu say.
One out of many and what side is here. There me no honestly me the maybe because they intina legend Kofi Oyedin or Musano, okay. Why is he still part of the movie? Did he go ahead and shoot with these people on Android phones? Why so? Because Fabio, we are Ghana for look when the industry really needed some giants in the country to push it, they left for Nigeria. They went to go help that market to be what it is right now. In Tiafan said, "Me wotum na me di woman is called Ghana. Ma come background for." I think we should say, "What like what could she said? Yeah, Jumano was Nigeria. We need papa. It's who advice was said that somebody would take it. Say, no. Legend knows what he's talking about." What I say, it is a me say media me. I don't call myself a legend in this industry, but say me said at this time, let me call be the Android. Anything also or the capture sound also. But see, I know components one I want to say me brain. I know components one I want to say me brain because it be so I get the other phones here capture very well because sometimes these are therefore apps where their phones they don't underestimate the ability of those apps to capture good quality sound. Okay. But the Americans say, how say, no, sadly, this is how you're doing it. It's not the quality or not the best way to do it. We are found. Because people like you, if you walk away from a set because of that, it makes a point. I want this industry to do better. We are too no. Yes, I know the country. Oh, they're too no. After all the image all the legendary status that you have gained in the eyes of Ghanaians, some small producers were able to know how. It's not possible. You can't bring me down because, I want the right thing to be done for the industry.
So, this Sanya might be to say, na bia, and also no, bia, mumubia, mo yere mohona mosumu ye juma, na enkatie bia bako, babe frankate, papani nyine muna, ema enkatie dimboni, dia na mususu se, siya ya fahupa.
That is why, because our prayer said the regulatory body should work. Oh, Sabio, Obian to me for camera and could not be a damn was say, you can't ask an appeal. Not for her. I said to me, like, tell me to be a man who can say, because people get given permission for scrap, it is an approved script. The content is okay to go. Yes, I say, who is in, because that is how you streamline these things from coming out. No, there should be that body of regulatory, like sister said. If you example, you the actor, you who's going to, but before you be part of it, you need to demand to see, say, has this thing been approved? What the work we are doing, they did go through these checks and balances, and they say we should go ahead and shoot it. That system needs to be there. There should be that board. There should be that checks and balances there. Who be able to make sure, and people should question it. We the actors, they say to me, bizarre question. What about me? Like we should be our each other's keepers when it comes to this thing. Watchdogs for ourselves. So could you? I'm not going to we used some song 837 from 20 years ago. It sounds very bit my capture. Whatever we are doing. Who says no? It's because you're trying to you need almost so we know listen to other things. And when you say that to a producer who will say so you're tuner, walk away from that set. Because he the producer doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, may I sure say a bit me din command VH Fifi, I better see you Yamin Sharper. Right. Fifi Coman, actor, founder, Fifi Coman Productions, and Oni Edin Coman away on Africa Movie Academy Awards, Yentimian nomination, and some of the issues Nibia, Etime Pia Babonting, some Nibia, Rakofia Jololo, or Japinia so near Bedin Coman, but or Nigeria, so our age was this time no in favor. Yeah, I bought for microphone, I mean, shall see a few sooner, Yansha, and Comono. Ewo hanum say ewie mintio ya ye
bagwazi
ye say me yin sem nani so ni Akofia Adjulolo kan yentimi nya nomination and Fifi Coman so etimi aba be cheche sem kaka.
Yeah, I think say the Kofi Kano I mean Uncle Kofi Adjulolo Kano edise or can because for him coming from such an industry now or share Jumani efforts omudi shema, like, you know, they are not really getting that recognition now he thinks they deserve, you know. I think say this or can because so share Juma why all these years now awards see beba bio ye nominate any Ghanaian movie or no so be to me then say say this is from my country, I'm proud of it near the idea. Ebeha drink kakra. I think say nipa bia no was a sector nim na bibisa kosa you be affected. But at the end so ne say Juma die no moody no. Me assure say and share da home in terms of criteria mudi choose movie requirement a womo share edi choose movie cry omo pese omo selected for the various categories no.
I get the impression from Semna Akofia Adjulolo can minim say sana osu huna two things. One, the first well ye nomination for African Movie Academy Awards, but I say funtum go sa batapene enti yes ye nomination ama akopija nsem bi komofoforo aba ama enu pie say okay well ye awards na it was because of the quality of movies and on no chaining some say yes what can for example a chat that we had with Minino about one of the set of course so kind of first you trusting you know the equipment omudi trusting you know and in the account now Fifi Coman so made me about the day this say yes. Let's see. Is it the case I was no yedi senene ko enya and I am fan concerned here because they also have certain concerns about even the African Movie Academy Awards. The things that nyama no do now is just to favor Nigeria for in the council. Kofi is using it to pass judgment on the technical aspect of ye senior. Is that what it is? Well, I don't know what ground. Or say, well, technically, nyamani be a course on the ground, no. And so any cry. Fifi should do what Adansi on.
Well, I think say I would agree with that. Say I mean Nananka me can say, omo requirements any nyama womo share I'm sure they have a board and a lot of discussions have gone on as to dear Niebeshe na ye dia nominating we say we are the best African film we say and it's a movie we produce yes e be a why ejuma but a requirement na academy no ehia no so we movie no and fall into those requirements. I'm not sure say they will pick the movie. And I will really be pained if we reduce this conversation to say awards and their favor Nigeria for no. Media, I don't subscribe to that. Me sad and jindi unless some will approve dear.
Well, sir, say a baby Momo called ni how and I'm sure say what in 70 John Oka.
On me approve media me who into jindi.
Okay.
Me I strongly believe say requirements in ejuma no ye dear by
say kona anko yama ya jintum sanko yama.
But just say
kona anko yama ye.
No na yen shekwanya ye behwe so at yen toto ye ejuma ne beko ye na de bia sa na yes big brother ya ma olive boy and perform yes in Nigeria for say I think say yen fe ejuma ni shame if you are doing the job and the results na eba is in their face they can't deny it.
Okay. Well, nene mamintiu this in Komoi movie see
Mr. Bwaji.
Yes, sir.
Mika Mr. Jololo, the statement nina.
Yeah.
Now he has every cause to be worried. Ghana movies, and yet then he started Kai Kuala Brim. The first complete Ghanaian film I buy, independent one. That was as far back as 1980. Love Brewed in the African Pot. By Kwanza.
Yeah.
And which na others by ye. Then in the 2000s up to 2017, Sienya Awards in some of our movies, Sinking Sand and then No Time to Die and the rest. So we now winning international awards. In Tisende, Yabedru Bebia, Yanya even nominations, let alone awards. Mr. Jololo has every cause to be worried because awards now you want various categories. Say best director, best screenplay, best actress, best support, up to the lowest cry animations. It is out of your fan said 20 categories. Now out of each category, cry no you best say 5 people may be nominated. Ne their money back when yes sir.
Yeah.
Averagely usually say it is a nipa 5 for each category. Now 5 no cry yanyabi in all the categories, which means we had about 100 opportunities. So he has every cause to be worried. Now, obinsu see ABI am far yan submit and nobody any free mukra conversation because if there were good stories and good movies in 2022, 2023.
At least from it's not because you submit here then the conversation would not even have been said nomination.
But it's self-defeating.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying from indication, and just say you submitted.
Okay, good. Okay.
And the Sanka would have been conversational and another thing where Ghana they didn't submit. You understand?
Okay.
Because you have to submit before when your nomination
be how you be considered for it.
Man submitting a nomination, I didn't say Hammy.
Mr. Jololo. Or can send be a debatable kakra to me. Or see, it appears to him that the current generation of filmmakers and whatever, they don't have he used the word the wherewithal to make good movies. Then the next paragraph, he spoke about money. Said they don't have the money to come out with quality movies and the rest. Because I don't think everything boils down to money in this case, to me, if you be Samia. Because tamana kwa ansanu ye movies, tamana others, it means in those days no they na sikawo. Na and then current crop no na omunya good investment money may be part of it, but in countries are omu industry no and yet as vibrant as here there no. But stories can, I mean, some people can win awards from Mali and the rest of those countries. So I'm not looking down upon any country there. But countries, what we say, industry no more vibrant. Inti say ekobani nese yantimi amunya even nominations are. It is worrying. I think brain drain may be one of them. Say ebinumu every industry numu ha echo another country.
Okay.
That's the vertical brain drain.
Okay.
I'm free hanu mwako other country na mwako because then the second one is the vertical brain drain. Say one more system numu amu industry numu. Na mo free hanu mu na mwako ye mwako ji profession for na say I know people who are very good in acting and they've gone into politics and some have gone into equality no but in
terms of numbers, I hear.
I said, because those are the very good ones we have.
Okay.
It can also contribute in addition to the Sika seminar.
Okay.
Or Kano. Because movies are meant, sometimes, to be very honest with you, we'll share some of your movies now. The narratives, the sequential flow, some of those things are lacking. Movies are meant to suspense here. One important thing in every movie. Say there is no suspense in it. Now, utimi preocupa utimi husenia ebeko ewiya. Sometimes you don't. Inti enukrenu de dahwa mi enka yentimi mbochu ni no nchen ebrana na yin ho. If me chin intina if I agree with what Mr. Jololo has said, his concerns are not
okay. Well, Fifi Koma Sani Bibia was so proof. Ghanaian actress Rosaline Giza nominated for Africa. Was later informed nomination was a mistake. So nominate Rosaline Giza. Train and comedy Bem fly said Bibia Bano and commercial say you and no mass say cry on the day. A check could do so I'm sure Debbie. A mistake cry.
No, the same AMA awards, Yana.
Yeah, I'm awards. Say no, all can't say. Was it? Was AMVCA?
Yeah. We're AMAA. Two different awards.
Okay.
So
I did that. Medasi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me who say a big deal. I don't see the fuss about this. The reason I make answer and say AMAA na kasana as an award scheme. You lose ne verve. The charmer okay pan those times and way
agreed.
Sa I like written enthusiasm did this award the last 5 years.
My men be yare. We film cry.
Why inti sa award scheme na kasa no disrespect to them no. And you see across Africa no the award schemes be a buyer a GD pan in the last couple of years no ecoform MTV Africa Awards such an open they go. Even Afrima crown and sing amuye Nigeria
Kora no monia
we are perform ye
Kora no
munyina no we no the excitement level no PR on machine teaching as nyina akofom and this particular awards in one of them we are no fiwa this same award that you say oh and this year the nominations is in ye who they no in the last couple of some years ago Ghanaian actors we near from Jackie Apia to Juan to Lydia Forsen to Majid to Ajetiana. We've won several awards with this particular scheme before. Yeah, kasi awards international movie award scheme Ejian and Naso Pan AMVCAs. And no like Ejian Naso Fifi Kuman message you are sending say Rosaline Giza.
Yeah.
I said the same scheme na kasa the year before Rosaline Giza last year no. Gloria Safoko win award.
Yeah.
Intani yen kase no so no Nigeria for no favor. Okay ya tamane we chi ho no. Ma 7 AM sa award scheme we di akoten no.
Yeah.
One of the issues they raised here was the fact say in the categories, now you more one category be best Nigerian movie. Meanwhile, then is supposed to be for Africa. So I didn't do come say I didn't Africa Awards. Now more one particular one
for Nigeria
category for Nigeria. A specific country. No, you didn't want bobo kodada. Inti me mon pan there. You see, before Obeka say okay, you nomination. Bisa say submissions are here. Because you qualify, you call into the way no. You meet short list and no way. Because there's a short list. You ain't me for 10, 11, 17 or 16 and to the same category. You better short list to be a 5, maybe a 6 based on conform or more arrangement. Maybe we didn't mix the short list.
Say Africa Movie Academy Awards.
Yes.
Empunu yina nim say well the bars the day wa hu ni amanfo eni die chi kra ba fam. Na no kra no yes submission na yentimi enya nomination
okay. Because bars no crown ewu, let's be frank, sa bars no task award scheme which in ewu. How many producers the crown almost yes submission? Maybe can now 2 or 3 be no yes submission because I was scheme we na kasano. Ne bars no ewu 4 years ago. It is dead and gone. Woman do na same Madam Peace was one. Obeka kwane was some Ghana rep with Lady B.
Judith.
Oh, senior. I was king when Nakasano. I doubt the number of producers are more making submission to this scheme.
Yeah.
Senior, Mr. Joluri making the comment. I mean, I was king. I mean, let's be fair. So I was king. Those days I need DH 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's not the same enthusiasm you did there.
DH Nigeria,
oh, boss. Then the crazy should be about the world without.
Yeah.
Well, without their boss, and the most ultimate tool. Without funding, she and so quality, so here quality, so here script, so here D&D. It all boils down to the funding. So funding is the ultimate. So when you have the proper funding, it means that every other element behind filmmaking, no, a better touch so funding there, to me, and a honor into a house, a honor them no respectfully. So apart from funding is the most important, element in filmmaking. It's the way you have funding now, problem. And you made a comparison to Kwawansa senior. So me book Kwawansa movie Chelsea in a titi in a better. Because those times quality what I say 78 78. Now those times Chinese films those Chinese Indian films are. And now wait there. It's to see us say you can love brood in African portal. You realize that those times now and the wow factor was there, but now in technology there. You watch a 1999 movie and you will go like it's me pan and I did open that you understand. So at the end of the day, sikano no here you proper funding you be to me be in movie making. Me mom decided they will not lose sleep over it. Seriously. Cry.
Tilly, mintie we.
So me read the uncle Kofi Adjololo comments now. Say, am I not an actor? Am I not a producer? Those kind of things. And I'm saying, so his entire career and I Juma Waye within the year under review is solely based on the fact that he wasn't nominated for this particular award because the year under review why Juma. What boy Juma sabi you have paid your bills from a Juma now, which is the acting. So what produce biswa, whichever one that you did, we Juma award scheme. There are certain things that goes into awards and when your movie be nominated or not. But the fact that your movie was not nominated does not take away with Juma why the year under review. You have worked. It's and anyone there. I wasn't really excited. Say or this award scheme no the only validation of the career as Kofi Adjololo in this level of the career. No, I mean it is an award. There are so many mechanisms around it. Maybe cry your movie will be good, but compared to what? And also another conversation. You did a good job, but compared to what? Maybe they will compare and maybe I say it doesn't take away that at Ghana for producers they are not doing well, they are not working, or the industry is dead completely. Because truth be told, you are still working. And the industry saying yes, it's not the same level that it used to be, but as long as you are working and you still call yourself an actor, it means that if you use this as the judgment call to industry now I say one more my juma the yanda review for because there wasn't a certain nomination for them, but nonetheless I think say Ghana movie so no crane so high yan can na yan nah no the truth is that so what can Nigerian movies if this award scheme is for Africa now you can't African movies comparing African movies so you compare or you compare Ghana film to Nigeria compare Ghana film to South African film and now Ghana yakechi because what's your storyline kekempo because most Ghanaian films as soon as you share the first 5 minutes you know the ending. And now if you need now you see that the ending now predict it is the same thing. It is storyline there and also so extra say if the quality is not good I will want to sit through it and watch it. Now the storyline it all boils as I said funding sikane ya now better say I'm going to hire a good writer to write a solid movie for me. Oh, say this thing I will add a bit of animation. May I say nonetheless, I feel like one of the things that say industry with our Ghana movie industry is the storyline. It's not exciting at all.
That's it. That one there. My memory now ending come maybe in some back community na menfa in the world of see something say something I'm the no chatter na yetimi asore so I don't know if a brother my kwani yetimi afa course so just briefly and san come we e ba be di because mpese ye hwe insunsan so nyama ni bia your social media teach you any the influence e bia yetimi nya wa so ewo ye niam bia e bia ye ana bibia da enim ni nyina gina baya ba ko ye social media influencer oye niam bebre but social media influencer no na ye gina so na e dia baby edin komo ni din ama governor me sure say mumu bebre munim no ewo ye social media YouTube ni kaka ho na nsenya mu abaye wa school Ghana Law School wa LLB wa Ghana Law School wetimi akwa tronso hwe ni nyina passe ewo mu edu se wo mo ba be from call to the bar and ansem bi bebo mu se da bi ne ye bi Ghana ni di she bi tro ye de come general legal counsel se da bi abayo mu hwe ni ye ne ye bi de mu ntimi mo ma be lawyer o da bi abayo we yeti o man hanum se no be lawyer da bi emwa na womo tena so mpenifo esi nkonwa womo tena so chese womo di asem no womo di asem na emse erabai edi nkunim no chese ensem a womo de to no so no womo se ensem no ni nyina so bia enti yenko frɛ no na obetua ba ba ye ni lawyer enti yenko le ni to the bar enti ono ankasa ba busumi a etwemu nie woni Maxwell Agbagba of Joy News edi nkomo brana womo ye protests occupy #occupy Jolobi House no na wono suko pie mu bi na Maxwell Agbagba of Joy News ni di nkomo ebisebisa ne nsema na o kansem bi na enka na nsenya na otwi womo a ye call womo to the bar. In fact me say congratulations to Alhaji Chodi yes of Zenith University or no say you're calling to bar and Kwame Danso yes congratulations Momutrinkwa intinanka ama governor beka ho bi ono akra de betu dua se nemdi kankan be bosome na otwie honmo ana enkrata bi pieye eninam se da bi o general legal counsel for no ma twero krata wo mo se da bi yentimi enkolo to the bar ye hwe oni ye bi ananse a wo ye ya yentimi enkolo to the bar e bi se o san komo na oni ma so agbagba ani niama a wo de tu dwa no wo mu di ye no eno na akwa asem di ama no yi ye de ben sempa komo no a wo mu di ye no yentie kakra memra na yentu ankomo no so studio ha sei
advocate you want me to ask all the questions?
Oh, sure, but
okay,
we know we're not here for that.
Yeah, I know, but just to provide some context, I'm a governor was supposed to be called to the bar this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year, but she was not called to the bar because, what did they say?
Because a concerned citizen of the Republic of Ghana petitioned against me that I am not fit to be called to the bar.
Did they give any reasons why you shouldn't be caught?
Yes, they gave 2 fallacious grounds and 1 insufficient ground, which all got thrown out, and basically I won. In conclusion.
Oh, you won?
Oh, of course I won. Do you know who you're speaking to?
Oh, so wait, you've been called to the bar now?
I'm getting called next month.
Oh, I didn't hear that. It's not. So this is news to me.
Yeah, we won.
I'm sure it's news to a lot of people.
Oh, well, it came out, so I've been getting a lot of congratulatory messages.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I got it in March, but the regulators of the legal profession, General Legal Council, announced it in September, like about 2 weeks ago.
I think congratulations are in order. What kind of defense did you put up?
First of all, like I said, the person stated fallacious grounds. They were lies, like outright fabrications, lies. And the last one is the fact of my sexuality, that I sleep with women. I said that's not a lie. I do sleep with women. That's a fact. But it's not grounds for me to not be called to the bar. Okay. And that's simple.
Can you repeat that? I think I didn't hear it.
My sexuality, I am queer, I am pansexual. Yes, I sleep with women. Okay. But it's not a ground upon which you can say that I am unfit to be called to the bar. And that was our defense, and we won.
And that was a reason that...
Yes, because the person is clearly homophobic and has issues with a bold, liberated woman like me. But they weren't prepared. They should have come prepared. Come on. You want to take someone like me down, you need to come prepared. Obviously, law school, not learning, and then putting evidence in the full glare of the public so that they come and catch me. I'm not dumb. Come on. I passed my exam, means I actually understood what I was being taught. So I applied it to my life. And like I said, for the last time, I won.
Congratulations once again to the freshest lawyer. Next month we're gonna see. But let's
okay. All right. So come on, you know, emphasis that join you some Darma, Max Agbagba, ni ama governor. Be bosumi ba ku me. Now chimi ensa ko be bosumi ba ku na mse. Omudi san komo. Now so Rabai omo ye call omo to the bar. Now twi mu ano. One out interview no a wɔka sɛ na nka sɛ wɔka ho bi na no na yi kama no sɛ na bi ka sɛ okay well ne sexuality ono aka wɔ sɛ anya no no obi sɛ ɔne ɔba da wɔ sɛ ɔno yes wɔno sɛ gay ni sansensem LGBT wɔno ɔyɛ bi wɔno ɔne ɔba na ɛda ɛnyɛ ɔne bɛɛma na ɛda ɔno ɔne ɔba na ɛda. Na General Legal Council for Extra Krata 18th October ya ana omodisa krata na ba ya krata ne koma Elom Abebio Accra application to be called to the bar Mrs. Elom Abebio. So I'm a governor Nidian Kasano no say the General Legal Council received the appropriate forms you completed to be called to the bar scheduled for 20th October 2023. In line with the General Council's letter dated 13th March 2023, Council was to monitor and observe your conduct during the time leading up to the submission of your application to be called to the bar. At the meeting of the General Legal Council held on Tuesday, 17th October 2023, your application to be called to the bar was declined on account of elements noted in your public conduct prior to the application. It was decided that 1, you may complete the appropriate forms of application to be called to the bar anytime there is scheduled enrollment ceremony after the 20th of October 2023 enrollment ceremony. 2, in the meantime, Council will continue to monitor your conduct. Justice Sarah Pamela Cranting J, Judge Judicial Secretary, Chairperson, General Legal Council, and one copy Sadi, or the community. One which I said, Yansa can krata nanka, what they buy ya? We say, Opese, yan call you to the bar. Na yes yensa kan krata no ye hyase se ye hwe oni ye ane niam a wo ye bia e wa abonten na ye hwe oni ye ane niam a wo ye wa abonten na ye sinkonwa na ye sinkonwa no nyaade a ye betimi ama akwan ni afrɛ to the bar enti ya nye wo nkrata no antum so you are declining wo application no yentimi emfrɛ to the bar. Ubetimi aye form foforo ubetimi a complete form foforo after 20th October no but yebeda so akoso ni ahwe wo ne ye yebe monitor ni ahwese ni a eye usuban etie e wa abonten so yesuban ni bi wo hono mu a yeda ne de asi ehwe ni yie meboa e wa abonten ebi nso se o da bi so oni eba so oni oba da no eye no ebisi o ni ye ni bi o ye social media ene YouTube ni ade ni nyina ewie mama sa se fi nene mama tie we I'm a governor. I'm sure say me my brother eni su kakra ma me tie
Mr. Bwaji, I think say I'm a governor nano and I call you asemi Emmanuel. Say we are gay, we are lesbian, whatever it is, you know. Me feel say it should be confined to your bedroom. Say omenye gay no outside. Normally no inside the room and I yes anema no. Into occupy you to that place. Obi ani ho aba between with evidence say we are gay and unye gay. Na secondly, no let me also say who person who join the profession bia. Apart from the constitution, yenim say ni the man who kwan say ni say. Ebi almost omo ethics bi ni omo bylaws bi. And also the guide warm. And I think say we should also remember those things and shouldn't expect say I'm joining the profession for them to understand me. You should also understand where you are going. Ushe sa achimota Rasta boys asemia. Ebaye. It was a big issue for several months. At the end of the day, no constitution is settled bibia. Otherwise, there was a clash between the constitution and the ethics, the bylaws, even though the constitution is supreme. But people also held their grounds to the fact say, ethics, bylaws. And also say school say it took several months and finally the constitution settled it. I feel says I'm a governor. So a lawyer. Qualified. She's a brilliant girl, no two ways about that. It so feel say her rights have been trampled upon her. Me as well as she knows where to go. She's not going to win this in the media. But me feel say you be some me feel say baby once she knows where she was going into, she should have known better. That is all.
Okay. Me that say yeah. For microphone and I mean to you, I'm a governor and say me.
I'm a governor, say me. Honestly speaking, no. I am a yamano in the first place because looking at how brilliant this girl is, and I call yetiti senkofo kasa. According to Max Akra you know, she's a very good student. I can Max and Kwan and ke here see a bit throw to the bad and kawa pass it with flying colors. Now, get on the machine pain. When the issue came first, my Kaisa make kid brother sending me videos and look at what they are doing to this girl. It's not fair. To me, share girl, I make and say, I like you for some things. You are very bold, and you are ready to fight for what you believe in. And these are qualities that I admire about anybody at all. Now, asemi see. I think when did this actually happen? 2020 and 21. Emubako some years ago. I think it's maybe 1 year and you're not too sure.
Yeah.
Okay. See na adiene ba ye no. Nyansa hunu say no. Adiene the way kona we say me de komerem no mu di asem no. You took the issue to court. Omuka asem no ewiye and according to their all interview no grant.
I don't know about court but council no committee no no yeah.
Maybe person me say so according to interview no see asem no mo dey court ama you ruling in the favor and then yes no
it was the council
okay so not a court setting okay sure. Now the TN say institution bi emu no ye wo ne ne me bia a governor mu doctors for one dear nurses for one dear lawyers for one dear any pilots obia maybe even immigration near the cry so corner or tattoo
presenters cry where dear
yeah say
presenters here where dear
presenters here where yes where dear yes here what I say but I'm a governor say me media me feel say some no kan here wo protest na se no here I sleep with women, and so what? Who cares? Because we know me and say as a brilliant law student as you are, no. Uni say law on this LGBT idea. Yem passe. enti whether you are for it you are against it no emre biamba ya ebetumi ayi clear part say me de say enti emra ne fo ameso enti metumi aka ne anywhere, so you are not even supposed to talk about these things in the country that you are. Reality asem na making ebi anka ne papa mu ne ehwe na nuso de ase ne ade o se ne pe a opese o ye no nti de, but on mine na wo mu no ena wonim nipa dodo adwen efa saa asem we ho enti wo kogina o memu na wo kase ya me nka say eno na council na gina so a omo calling to the bar, but ebeye din ama omo so be yi o mani no ma frɛ wo saa keke, because like I said, they are setting a year a governor any omo ne ya omo ye. Now to the council, so me so the ampesa metiasi and say if asem no omo so omo kwotena so no omo kan ye, and she said Brakos una wa law kaka say the fallacious grounds and ba ko no kaka legal terms if Oma said to say ne lesbianism and ne queer na pansexual no ye no, it's not grounds for her to be denied being called to the bar. I want to know what conduct entia bar ne say still ye monitor into ube to me a reapply. Me pese me hu conduct ko omo be kan che conduct no conduct ben, is it her sexuality or is it the fact that she's vociferous, is it the fact that she's a social activist? What is the conduct that is preventing the council from calling her to the bar? And no na me pese me tia say, because for a social activist there who ohun kwan, because obi eni ho ba betena se aka say oh we no qualify and I won't qualify enti ene ene ope bia betumi aka, because at the end of the day you don't have any council to answer to. But for the law firm no upon school awako reading na why read the pass na wa pass betumi aka show say ye nya ready see be from ye investigate was say 10 years ni investigate ni ye nya ya na che school na kwa wunya nya ho fa so, because you cannot even begin to practice. Intermediate to our governor, I think says she should be guided in niema obey with social media, and because on mine now woman and near maybe or mine so edijuma. And as a lawyer, she should know better. But to the council, they should come and tell us the way almost stating will let them say because of the conduct in Tennessee. They should come and tell us what conduct it is exactly. That's what I want to know.
Tilly,
I'm a governor. The first time she was denied was the time I knew that they will never make a mistake of calling her back. Just that. So at the end, the general world, the social media, any other external bodies, a cassette at the end. And you say, okay, you're frail. By the ma akwenya ma we feel say ye be frail. Ti ye be ma we date. Say, oh, we no bet me apply biom by ye check or conduct. Say ya share deny no. So one another date. I will let her now say this time again apply. Because me deny how them be court I could, and I clearly I don't have grounds. When we need pain. But if I tell you say my cancel will complete, I'm not going to, then you can take it on. But as long as I've not cancelled, I can give you data leading to 2010 or whatever it is. I'm giving you dates. I'm not saying me you free mama date for fraud. The thing is same. Element noted in your public conduct. I'm a governor. I don't think I'm smarter than you when it comes to law. But I'm thinking it says somebody watching your public conduct. The Julobi shouldn't have been the place to go and outline your sexuality and everything. That's what the problem is. Julobi shouldn't have been the place to go and outline your sexuality and phobia now. But now you have made it a public knowledge. We all have to consume. I feel like she just got caught up in the moment, because honestly, I am sure Pa say like she caught up in the moment. I mean to make she just got no. Sir, in your man buy social media high ne bar sir ade no ho no ne ji pa ntina accept your case, because I'm a governor minimum no. Senior prior to onyasa issue we no senior oye vlog was social media same bia na odini ho agemu. She hasn't been like that for a long time. Yeah, assembly see no owi ni ye na or chance your best friend because people they are watching her public conduct. She hasn't been everywhere. Sabiomo. What to ne check here? I don't know. They a trigger. Yeah, within the short time. Waiting me a finally, one sako kadia, one sako kano. Waiting me a grant sa interviewing. No, but no. And you're presenting on the Sunday. Besides, there are more presenters on my friend and one casa because as she said, I understand baby sir. It's one I was what is at stake for you? Presenter is looking for the numbers which he has gotten. What is at stake for you? What did you lose?
He wasn't looking for numbers. He was just doing an age
exactly. But what are you also looking for? When I only baby I walk on 18 her. One person will back. It's me one day. I just feel like, mind you, sir, energy now they come out first. No, share the same energy now. They post more graduate here. No, hey, beautiful. My nephew has. This is the time we should have been fighting for her. What you say? I didn't buy last year. This was the time. I no dream. But now these people they realize that okay, the same energy. No, yeah, you so for upon that been built na social media beg gather some momentum need build to get a world attention now we na access some backlash ebebo your friend say council no so omuma setting akonya no apa ho it be one day I just feel like I was so on ho na say public conduct and there was nothing to prove so she has done anything contrary to public conduct na say still la o mama na ho na ya bo ase ne be de be biom pa no ye yentia but say ya ne de asa do ne ho akọ bibi
ana mintie we
yes boss in fact my sister graduated here Benita Samuabedu to me man shout out yeah school me 12 school fees baby yeah graduation fee come am 12
we have a radio so
anya call to the bar
what you say
anya call to the bar.
Yeah, she's been called to the bar.
No graduation.
Hey, sorry, sir. Sorry, boss. Yeah, she's been called to the bar. Yeah. And something in Anna, my colleagues here, Oma Kanina. Na the issue about Owini case, no. And you want to all train your because I also hearing so Owini case, but I mean can't be worker. I mean adebra.com. According to her, when the case by the unidentified petitioner, petitioner was sent to court, she won. Even the one who could two inverted commas, like and you say win. Her legal response to the petition was thrown out after the first hearing. This is Amma speaking. I won the case again. I won in inverted commas against the till date on blah blah. After my lawyer and I submitted a written legal response to the frivolous petition, it was thrown out in the very first hearing. The next 3 hearings till the decision was delivered was about 2 questions the committee. So sketchy kakra as to whether
I don't know about court. I mean says the person petitioned the General Legal Council.
Okay. So
General Legal Council meaning committee wasn't
okay. It's quite unfortunate because like more can or brilliant because we see the case more to say Nigerian form Nigerian was show and when him the year and all that stuff. But see, I didn't say here realizing this fraternity BR, sect BR, association BR on the rules and regulations. Say or sexuality, say or religion, say or DNA, you must respect rules and regulations. Association that set amount to actually enter. As simple as that. Inti, kind of let they almost say, or date the application man, no catch or say, you be monitor conduct. It's not as if you can't you catch you. So can be a yen at the blind side then because some man share me saying. But when you tendered in your application, they told you say your geo application. However, we are going to monitor your public demeanor. I mean the until he's right. Energy they saw so last year no. Oh, a winning. People are not even.
No, say I say young.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, that's it.
And you are right. Julobi no na ye ba be declare say me say. In your bria ye pe say yanko fix we no. When I be chance or the one man header. Na say no journalist no could be questions on so duable.
What I say? Ella make no.
Also so repeat.
On fan so.
Repeat that I didn't hear you.
Only ya na on fan so. One or now nya na nka umbusa dancing sir. On yeah,
she had to be smart about it. I mean, seriously. Journalists no beside the question. Open the storyline be their movie. Oh now I said you have
no, but the issue I'm sure the issue at that time. Now I'm sure I know. Say Ukraine nya am a governor. Obebusa.
Of course.
Because now asem no e buy
of course.
You nya that opportunity one on one.
No, journalism mean
yeah. So
lady in like so smart to know the movement of womb.
There be and only your friend. Okay, maybe you can use that word. We say we baby
and then she got caught up in the moment. And maybe as soon as Adrian Philly said last year, you to Jen, my man come boom. Definitely. What's that?
Microphone now. Oh, okay. So yeah, Baba, sorry, but we are in the world of say something, see something. So me ba. Akaya Brenny Kakrebi. World of say something, see something. We are seeing baby akwa koduno. No who baby no aka baby. Na and me see something, say something, you know, is on actually this particular story. I'm here on graphiconline.com. Story me who name bibi kakra. Or say Kingsley Ofosu deadly voyage sail that is sole survivor arrested for allegedly 120,000 euro fraud. Kingsley Ofosu deadly voyage sole survivor arrested for allegedly 120,000 fraud. Now, Kingsley Ofosu, the sole survivor of the famous deadly voyage stowaway story in 1992, has been arrested for an alleged involvement in 120,000 scam. Kingsley Ofosu made international headlines in 1992 with his miraculous survival from a stowaway trip. Ofosu is said to have been arrested from a hideout at Pram in the Greater Accra after almost 2.5 decades of relentless efforts, the police said. 2.5 decades, which means that's about 25 years. 2.5 decades. That's about 25 years. I know the boy kakra because you know betting about me. Kingsley Ofosu, I had him saying you didn't come on na brand I
think say I with you. Oh no, how?
It was here. Yes. And
it was here.
Yes. Yeah, but Hanum saying ADR Embru 15 years. Yes, ND Embru 15 years. So and that's the reason why this particular assembly are making Kingsley Ofosu almost your makwa for say why you be scam. Story din nyina say so many years ago and yesi Ghana ni bi eto Mercedes Benz tanker Nissan double axle vehicle Opel printing machines many others amounting to about 240,000 Deutschmark. CCR no 120,000 euros. And what this annual demand Kingsley Ofosu. Besi ne ya Kingsley and yame police for sure my who Kingsley. Nam say na Kingsley we say about crab interview han say nana say minim say new town han cry say dey cry no or nama ye ni be din komo ha say police for say 25 years no who Kingsley. Em o makwa akwache no pram. Emma Sisia one more no aqua court. Semo Ntiase Omochino Saturday Miminde. There's an hour trio so then Omochino. Into your marrying before marrying before Takradi Seki Kobi. I know this is just something small, man.
Yeah, but it's quite unfortunate. But gentleman Nakasana, he struggled even after the movie popular.
Deadly Voyage.
Yeah. Obuka said that time about the complaint was producers But you say,
nice.
Producers not finding Sikano, the due when I found Manon, and he's been struggling and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised. The only surprise they say Obe double in criminality. But we all know say the gentleman has been struggling since the movie in the Bay extremely popular. No about platform also be kind. The fact say producers no skip down because someone the man no among farm man and all that stuff. I mean, once I'm there, please kiss there. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. But now once we say something.
Oh, me movie. So yet. But I'm only hoping and praying say only allow their situation movie.
Other than baby
no
can say obi ot no say one here now.
No, send me there. I'm the back and forth no
near back and forth I know. Ayana to the bia mo yes yeah
but you know the back and forth.
Near back and forth.
It is back and forth. Back and forth, yeah, bro.
Yes, means a corner back.
Exactly. That's what has
But
transpired.
it's not near a corner back.
What do you think they say?
I have not said anything because
tell me my observation.
Yeah, but I'm saying no, so can be a family home.
Exactly.
One in the back and forth, no. And I'm saying, okay, I'm coming from this point about, and you have been with me for, especially I started here entertainment review, and you know, so there are so many things among for camp they say about me. Sometimes they'll be timid.
In a way, we will respond.
I responded because I had to respond.
Okay.
Yes, I had to respond to this particular one.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
especially when we Papa Ma Nipana, and I don't know if you saw, and I think that people like even you should just responded. And Yaminkwan shouldn't have been even Minkwan. He said also about Betna 3 times. We set him up, we gang up against him. Oh, he said it.
No,
he said it. No, he said it.
For ticket.
I said 3. You see, that's
you're setting it up.
Yes, I see the number of times I bet now for interview. Yes.
Oh, but that's not true.
Go and listen to the interview.
That's not true.
Yes.
I'm not saying the right hand man was say, Christianist. And Christianist the facilitated BBA.
He said the number of times you are better than BBA.
No.
We gang up against him.
No, that's a very unfortunate commentary from Alodia. Because the 3 or so times Alodia and Christianist are discussing. The last time this year, we had a discussion no crown. We can't catch almost say, fixation no more on the excesses not done the nomination list and the KK count. And they said and they work on it. So we're from gang up on the KK count. I mean, we've been supportive since. So that comment in there, so campaign there, then that's very unfortunate. Because I know Pa say, despite as an entity, any Peace FM as a platform, entertainment review as a platform, are very supportive since the last 7 years almost started.
And again, that's the reason why I say I'll come back and forth, because when Asembana ye can, it doesn't work. No, a Asem Naba.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, say if that tweet had not even come, everybody know that the conversation about the narrative about Ghana music was Europe, UK and Kenya sana bekono.
True.
Yes.
True. But I mean my
Sasem mana say can na obeka about we being gang up and the number of times in and the person about tickets and all those nonsense.
The intermaker say I'm hoping say that's
again untina we are na me no nya adwen about Munchaso no is.
It is a wedding.
Oh, there be. I'm saying that when you say Munchaso,
me say Munchaso, mummy
on the many times
exact. Okay.
Oh, there be. Many times okay. Who say I not can't Munchaso and I say okay. I say and untina make a chance say he's been with me this long. When him say I'm on foot to me head.
Yeah, but I didn't heading where they were responding.
But my year no say.
But I think that people are also of the.
Yeah, no, because I also have people who think that it is becoming too much about. Oh, you see, okay, the men casa, men can't. Then every time, men can't share. You understand? If there are people who are still believe that men can't share, there are people that I don't even know who said, no, don't respond. Men can't, you are too big. And it seems that it's becoming too much, too many.
Now, over the period now, one can't hear, how did they affect you?
Oh.
What did you lose?
But you are stretching the conversation. Because I say, I am saying that I had people, apart from me, which I personally feel that a lot of these things I wanted to slide. But there are also people.
I get it.
Close to me.
Maybe I make one of one coming my same. Forget him.
There are people who are me close. I said, yeah,
in the shoes, Mutina American.
Some who are but now come on, I'm just saying, sir, there are also people who are so close to me and also feel strongly, sir, can be big.
Yeah, I get it.
And especially Nukrene woman
and
daddy.
Yeah, I get it.
But they be no man for can the toe. So
true.
I know I come and yashi that is becoming too too
true.
Me. Yeah.
True. Matasi. My own media, okay, let's say me, I'm only pleading. Say like industry gurus, Star Wars in the industry. So yeah.
But since you become can be.
Where goes he?
We men kasa na boss.
Oh, me say something.
And Jano this year men so we come here can be.
But him say you are not really like that. Well, maybe I feel now was they are fine.
Yeah, sisi am person say.
But let me person me busa say, are you not bothered about
Ube me interview now.
Me interview.
Invite me go program so. Yeah, invite me go program.
What's he say something, see something, say something. To me, Busa say, are you not bothered about the relationship that has been built over the years?
Which relationship?
I mean, between yourself, Alodia, Ernest, and then I know pay me sorry me who video back could be. Oh, please remind me of the man's name. My papa to me or Shekepi, Fred Chamensa, and Salah. Are you not bothered about it?
No, wait.
I'm not saying anything.
Ghana music was US. You've been out of it for a while.
I'm not saying anything.
You plead the fifth.
I'm not pleading the fifth, but I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Maybe I'm person with the main country.
No, maybe
anyway,
clarity.
Main country.
Clarity in his own country. Because any friend in Kwana Waka met be so baby before.
Do I know that somebody can be brave?
Yes, allow to 1 hour.
But Brakwesi, there's one thing I want to say. I think say media. They may but me media. The outcome, it needed to be said.
Okay.
And I think that the transparency is what we need.
Okay.
Say per se, some of these attention near the idea very imperative.
Okay.
And to me support Loki.
Okay. But that's
Me pacho me come see something, say something now.
I meet you.
Grammy consideration, say something. I think say another one I be free aba.
Quickly.
This week why you busy papa now you say MOG music. He was part of the committee. Committee, I think the voting committee was saying or can radio, so I'll be trying to say how he even got involved. I mean, one of the things that I told me Chirim was that to him this is an opportunity to learn more about the scheme and the mechanisms of the scheme. Ain't one say for Grammy consideration by not the same MOG that at least had a little bit of leverage over all the people I knew say did something that was totally against the rules and of the Grammy. And education no see na all my other artists the echo saying it was a dangerous thing because first of all send your opposition ne post send your opposition ne post that is why I'm out for by they were congratulated. I mean those who didn't know would think that consideration means a Grammy fashion. What you say? And to think that this is somebody that has been part of the voting academy, I say, or no crack on radio, so say, oh, Monsieur Moore, I'm learning about the mechanism. So I wasn't surprised that he actually wanted his work to be considered. On no mom, it's me, I made such a mistake by putting the Grammy logo and everything. And what is this about?
Me that see.
What is this about? Are we really learning here?
No. Will be an outre see or you saw I'll be a hunya.
No, I will just concerning Kingsley Fosu, and let me just say, it really tells me the law really has a long arm.
Sure.
Now, when you say assembly and pro, so it doesn't really matter how long it takes. Once the case is hanging, the police for and then interest or more close case.
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned from it.
Me that say that Bennett Ekoku nene oti yaya bwanka I know that someone be do and tili ekue nipa me da mas papa. And today is we have this special birthday dedication. I said me did two job. This guy pa. Okay, so happy birthday, Madam Rita Tete. This one, if you mention now, teach you Israel Fori. Yama woda shronko papa. Auntie Rita, yamin shao ene wa woda Madam Rita Tete. Happy birthday to you. Yamin shao papa. Na yama woda shronko hanum senior DCA. Salamat Paintil time echi ashishe jumedie de bre mo King David Babe to aso de ya da demo de bre Peter Score on social media.